Hello and welcome to round 2 of the 2020 MXSGP World Championship. My name is Kellen Brauer and it is the MXSGP of the Netherlands tonight here at Valkenswaard. Quick look at the championship table. This is the 250 or the MX2 class from last week, the opening round last week at Great Britain. The 450 class as well, but we'll see those guys a little bit later. We're getting started with the 250 class here tonight at Valkenswaard. Deep sand track. Long circuit, just over a mile in length, 1,630 meters of racetrack here, deep sand in the Netherlands. And let's take you on a little bit of a lap around the track here on board earlier today. Just a long kind of sweeping left-right sequence into the first corner of the racetrack hole shot, going to be crucial here tonight. These guys getting through that chicane cleanly. Then they go up and over the little tagger single through the Ride 365 waves into the back section. And another kind of switchback back and forth all the way out this direction as they head to the very back of the circuit, essentially up this step up. This is where the track kind of joins together a little bit. So a lot of different lines will be developed. You'll see guys go middle, outside, inside. Obviously the track will be deteriorating as the moto goes on, so a lot of different options will become available. Dropping down into the middle of the circuit again and under the Ride365.com bridge, and then you head back up to the top of the circuit once again as you just kind of work your way out of the midsection, I guess. Banners at the top of the hill line around this long left-handed sweeper. Big rollers on the outside, hard deep ruts on the inside to get into, and then you have a nice switch back to a really tight U-turn, and then a wall jump heads you out into the long classic Valkenswaard straightaways here left, and then you have these three little rollers up to this big race tech double long launcher, and then you can either triple or double to the inside here. You go triple middle, double to the far inside, swing to that outside berm if you want, and then head back through the wave section again one more time as you work your way again towards the middle of the circuit. And then in one more big double as you head towards the finish line jump, Ride365.com double here, jumping into the middle of the circuit. A lot of tents all around the circuit here. And then one final corner and a long straightaway leading into this finish line jump. It's a big double too before this finish line jump, and up and over the finish line jump here at Valkenswaard. Then you come off the landing of this one, a little switchback there, and by the time you get everything settled in, you're going to be heading back onto the start straight one last time. That's a lap here at Valkenswaard. Once again, my name is Kellen Brauer. Glad to be having you guys join us here tonight for round 2 of the MXSGP Championship. We're going to go ahead and take a look at qualifying times just real fast before we jump into the server. But qualifying looks like follows in the 250 class, the MX2 division here tonight. Braden Carter fastest on a 138.695. Payson Johnson once again near the top of the timesheets though, with a 138.859. Got Isaiah Dickerson, Colby Eaglin, and the red plate holder Tyler Lang, last week's winner in Great Britain, on a 139.5 up there as well. Nathan Prynn, last week's fastest qualifier. He had an awful second moto in Matterley Basin, and he's looking to turn things around today. He qualified 6th fastest, but what we're going to look at the beginning of this one is everybody down in this division, everybody 36 or 37 on back, I should say. Top 36 qualified directly into the motos, 37 on back will be headed to the consolation race, which we're about to load into and take a look at just a moment. But you can see Lewis Williams should be that cutoff. It might have a couple of guys get in, Tyson Parliament, Charles Gable on those bubble spots. It depends on how many people shows up for UID grab, but we'll have to see as we're going to go ahead and now jump into the server and take a look. I think we're probably loading in to the Consi right now. Could be. Not 100% sure. Oh, this is still the qualifying screen. Consi race coming up though. And good to see a lot of people already hanging out in chat. We got a lot of people here tonight joining in already. Great to see everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a good time and you guys are excited for round 2 of the GP season. Wild race last week in Matterley Basin, close races, particularly in the 450 division. A lot of close, tight battles, but then we also saw it come down to the end in the 250 class in the MX2 division between a couple guys trying to get in there. So we'll have to see how it goes. Of course, Tyler Lang, red plate holder. Isaiah Dickerson, he won a moto last week, so he's in there. And a couple other guys definitely want to make a statement tonight. So it'll be interesting to see in this MX2 division how it all shakes down. We got Lane Shellhard in chat. He says, hi, Kellen. So welcome, Lane. Danger Zone, Gold Sparrow Gaming, Perky 960, 271 Colt, Hill Money Sign. So many people here tonight just getting things started here in the Netherlands. Looks like I got a Disco and Rico because I have too many skins for the dang consolation race even. All right, Consi out on the track. I'm not sure if they already got their race underway. We're probably jumping in the middle of this. Let's see. Nope. Gonna restart right about now, actually. As Rasmus Eriksson gonna be in this one. Ryder Plouffe of the FXR Racing Team also in here. JT George, just to name a few. Should see somewhere in the 20 to 30 range of riders in this consolation race. As they are all lined up, and it's time to go racing. Yeah, it looks like pretty full gate, maybe 25 guys in this consolation race. Rasmus Eriksson way down the inside, very inside favored gate here in Valkenswaard, but we're set to go racing in the deep sands of Netherlands. It's the 250 consolation race off and running. Who's going to get a good jump? Looks like the guy we're on board with here, Kellen Brauer, actually gets a pretty good start. He's going to get pinched off into the first turn as Noah McLaughlin on the Cyber Designs number, looks like that 134 machine perhaps getting the whole shot there. We also have right behind him Chris Post on the 319, and it's the 124, I should say, of McLaughlin out front. Again, only top 4 of these guys go into the motos, so it's going to be frantic action early trying to get a spot in these top 4 spots. Ooh, McLaughlin swinging out wide. Chris Post kind of swinging out there with him. Down the inside, Post trying to make the move. He's going to make the block pass and go right off the track, so a little overzealous there on the first lap for Post. He gets up. He's still in third, but Ethan Holland has gotten by on the 111. And now Holland might actually be going for the lead on McLaughlin. So heavy pressure already being applied here early in this one. McLaughlin trying to hold on out front. Ooh, look at that big launch across the track. Oh, contact, and down goes Kellen Brauer. He's going to try to get up in fourth still, and he will just do so, but these guys are coming. He's not going to get the double. These guys will. Austin Bear goes over top. He's into fourth now. Nathan Guy, the greatest name in this race, is in fifth now. He's going to try to go after Bear. We got Chris Post, Ethan Holland. Holland scrubs the Ride365.com double. He's going down the inside. He's going to make that pass on McLaughlin. McLaughlin trying to cut back underneath. Oh, look at that. Dooley's almost over the double to the finish line jump, and McLaughlin almost pulled even. Not quite there. And meanwhile, Chris Post trying to take advantage of both of them as he swings around the outside of McLaughlin to move back in his second. So top 3 nose to tail at the front as they swing through the switchbacks back onto the start straight one more time. 4 laps, 4 go through, 1 lap down, and 3 to go for these guys. Curtis Post trying to go for the lead, and again he goes off the track just as he gets the lead. Unfortunate for him, but he will remount still in third. Nathan Guy has now moved up to fourth, so we've lost Austin Bear somewhere. And we got Leith Ness and Kellen Brauer. Brauer must have been off the track because the timing gates were not catching up with him, but Brauer goes through. He's still in fifth. And now Nathan Guy has Chris Post right in front of him. He's trying to go after him. And then Post is going back after McLaughlin. Same spot. He almost got him on the first lap. And this time he gets him on the next lap through for third. Or for fourth, I should say. Or fourth, second. I'm backwards there. And Chris Post now moves back into second. McLaughlin under attack, though, from Nathan Guy on the 819. Kellen Brauer on the 233. Post tucks the front wheel on the outside. Nathan Guy swings around the outside, almost gets him. They're going to split McLaughlin, maybe not. Almost 3 wide on the racetrack double, 4 wide nearly, as Braden pulls alongside. Landing hard on the run, and McLaughlin goes down. He takes Nathan Guy with him. A little bit of lag involved, perhaps, as McLaughlin loses several positions. So many people going by. Cooper Hunt. Oh, Austin Bear almost looped out. So Chris Post and Kellen Brauer have both moved up into transfers positions. Actually, they're in the lead right now, so the leader went down. It's Braden, Post, Bear, and Cooper Hunt in the top 4, but they're still nose to tail halfway into this consolation race. So again, through the switchbacks, and down goes Austin Bear. So I believe that was Ethan Holland going through. There goes McLaughlin. A few others. That was Gable and Leith Ness. But it was McLaughlin and Ethan Holland also finding their way through. You can see just in this consolation race, how deep the track is already getting on that start straight even. Big ruts forming, and that was only the third lap that these guys have actually gone on the start straight, but the second lap that they've been digging ruts out on the start straight, so it's going to be huge by the end of these 250 races. Oh, as Holland goes down, he was in a great spot there, and he's going to cough up a lot of positions. Gable, McLaughlin, and Ness all going through. So this is really a battle of who wants to crash the least right now in this consolation race. Can already tell, though, just how fast this racetrack is going to be tonight, as these guys were just not able to qualify through on time alone into the motos. But that just gives you a sense there's 36 other dudes that are faster than these guys that are on the gate ready to go. So Cale Braden continues to lead. Looks like we got a rider out of the race as he disconnected on top of that triple right there, but Braden's still out front. Trying to hold off Chris Post, and Post seems like he's the fastest rider on the track in this race, but he just can't keep it on two wheels the entire time. Well, I guess for his sake, he actually has kept it on two wheels. He just hasn't kept it on the racetrack the entire time. Definitely moving pretty good on that MXLocker.com 319 as the white flag waves. 1 lap to go in this consolation race. Cooper Hunt back here in third, and he almost goes down. Ooh, this is tricky. He's gonna get it spun around just as McLaughlin lands off the finish line jump. So now it's a 2-rider battle for the final transfer spot. McLaughlin hops over his head, almost hits him in the switchbacks, but Cooper Hunt survives. So McLaughlin has to go back to work there. Leith Ness, meanwhile, was able to sneak on through. He's in transfer spot right now. Oh, Ness goes down. Got a kick on the ride through 6.5 single there. And Leith Ness coughs up the transfer spot. He's going to try to get going still in 5th, as just coming into the picture here is Nathan Guy. So both of these riders would love to make some moves forward and go get Noah McLaughlin or Cooper Hunt. Chris Post looks like he actually was just down and off the track. Like I said, just two things not going together here for Chris Post right now, but he is still in transfer spot. He just got back up in 3rd. He's still right in front of Noah McLaughlin as Cale Braden continues to lead this thing on the final lap of the race. Nathan Guy pushing hard. Got a little sketchy, riding the very tippy top of that rut. Almost went over it. That would have been game over for him. Probably would have fallen. You can see McLaughlin up ahead of him. It's just a matter of if McLaughlin makes enough mistakes, I think, at this point, because there's only a few corners left. Triples into the middle rut here. Look at how deep that berm is already getting. Good gravy. This race is going to be nuts in this 250 moto coming up next. Again, they go 30 minutes plus 2 laps as up front, Cale Braden takes the consolation race win. He's headed to the main motos. Cooper Hunt stamps his ticket to the motos in 2nd. Chris Post will come across the line 3rd. And Noah McLaughlin will bring it home in 4th. Nathan Guy got it fairly close, 3.3 seconds. That's a lofty expectation, though, for McLaughlin to have 3.3 seconds of cuts, but you never know. Leith Ness bringing it down to the finish line as well. Then Michael Lacour is not going through. Rasmus Eriksson's missing out, as is Ryder Plouffe. Ty Sharp, Charles Gable, JT George, Chandler Bloxham, Tyler Moses, Mac Holmes, Ethan Holland, Connor Holiak, Christian Jontz. That is Quentin McDaniel, J.R. Reyes, Dylan Love, Austin Baer, Joe Wagner, Darius Peterson. Just to name a few that are not headed to the motos tonight, as we'll wait for all the cuts to come in. But unofficially right now was Cale Braden taking that victory in this consolation race. And back with you now here in the booth. Kellen Brauer joining you guys here in Valkenswaard. Going to be a really fun night of racing. I hope you guys are ready for this one. 250 action has been hot and heavy so far through one round of this championship, and it's probably going to get even gnarlier here tonight. So we'll have to see how things all shake down. Just clearing a couple messages here real quick. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this one. I certainly am. Love GPs, as you guys know. And Valkenswaard, very tricky racetrack, obviously, with the sand and everything. And it looks like our top 4 stayed the exact same, so no changes there in the consolation race. It was still Braden, Hunt, Post, and McLaughlin going through into the motos. So we're going to see them joining the rest of the other 36 men who have already qualified into the motos here in just a moment. And they're going to go 30 minutes plus 2 laps, 2 times with 1 5-minute intermission in between before we get the MX1 boys on the track here tonight, the MXGP class, the 450 class, whatever you want to call it. Forgot to add this in the chat, actually. It might actually be under this video, but you can actually get some SYS merch now if you want to get this t-shirt. Lovely t-shirt as it is. We now have a Teespring account. So if you look under this video, I think, or maybe if you click on another one of our videos and then come back here real quick, you can see a scrolling list of merchandise underneath the video. Get yourself a t-shirt. We got coffee mugs, we got women's tees, we got tank tops, we got kids tees. Trying to think what else we have. We have a hoodie. A couple other things coming in the works still. I still have a couple of other merchandise pieces that I want to get up. But yeah. Get yourself a nice, fresh Start Your Systems t-shirt. Rep the brand. Really appreciate it if you guys did that. And some of the proceeds head in my pocket, so that's awesome if you guys do that, but no pressure. I'm watching you, though. Alrighty, then. Let's head back into the server and keep an eye on what's going on in there. Looks like they're probably getting the scripts all figured out and everything like that. Anybody riding the track that I could see? Yeah, let me see actually if I can add. Hold that thought. I'll stick with you guys, but let me see if I can add this link for the merchandise real quick. So hold tight. I'll figure it out yet, don't worry. I'm not a complete idiot. Alright, if you guys refresh now, I hope, if you refresh the stream and look in chat, there should be a link for the merchandise there. If it's not, just let me know, and I can try to fix that. But yeah, let's jump back in the server. So how's everybody doing tonight? Chat seems pretty lively. I think everybody's excited for Nationals. Nationals just announced yesterday by the Race Factor Gaming crew. So definitely head over to racefactorgaming.com, get signed up for Nationals if you haven't already. It's going to be a really good time. And first round of Nationals will actually be next Tuesday. So we're doing 2 nights a week streaming next Tuesday. Monday will still be GPs. The next round of the GPs next Monday. And then the first round of Nationals will be next Tuesday. But that'll be the only Tuesday round. Yeah, because, yeah, so they're doing a Tuesday round to start just because Supercross is currently running on Wednesdays, when Supercross will be ending next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday after that. They'll go back to a normal Wednesday schedule for the national schedule in Race Factor Gaming competition. So just keep an eye on that. A little bit of a program alert there that will be live here next Tuesday for the opening round of Nationals, but then every week after that will be on Wednesday nights. So again, just keep an eye on that. And yes, Ben Dover, that is Ben Townley as my background. Ben Townley, is my favorite motocross racer of all time. Loading into the server. And sorry, Cody Goik, I apologize for that. My wife normally makes dinner, and I didn't realize that she was asleep for as long as she was, but it's okay. She's preganning it, so no problems there. Today, okay, there we go. Finally got into the server. Takes forever to load these skins sometimes. And that's even downloading 2K packs. Somebody, one of the teams put a 1K pack in there, so thanks for that. That's huge. But finally got back into the server. And we're ready to go racing. MX2 Race 1 coming up. You guys excited? I certainly am. This is going to be a barn burner. Quick question in chat. I see Boy Adam says, what happened to Hunter Root? I don't know, but he raced some Supercross races this year. I don't think he's planning on racing everything, but I think he had. I don't know. Maybe he'll race outdoors. I don't know. Dylan, I think I have your skins. If they were in the skins thread, I'm pretty sure I got everything that was in the skins thread. So hopefully I have your skins. Either way, folks, it's time to go racing for the first time at Valkenswaard. 4 points paying positions. It is MX2 Race 1. It's live here on Start Your Systems. And let's drop that gate here in the Netherlands. Close battle into turn 1. It's going to be Braden Carter getting the whole shot. And interesting that I downloaded 3 gigs nearly of skins from the Panini Motorsports guys right before this race started, and then Braden Carter isn't even running those skins. Lovely stuff. So Braden Carter out front, Nathan Prinn right there behind him in second. So Prinn, who got kind of beat around last week in the second moto, did not get any points after finishing third in the first one at Matterley Basin. Right off the get-go here, he's in second early on. I just saw a rider down at the top of the hill, Hubbard, Whelan, Donovan, Cochran, Saves, Mueller, Sullivan, Post, Bomer, Adams, Leitzel, Johnson, Friedrichs. Where is our red plate holder? I didn't see him just yet. I just saw Isaiah Dickerson go through. A lot of riders down in the background there as Luke Magnetti goes off the racetrack. Where, oh where is Tyler Lang? He is absolutely buried. Here he is. He's in about, I don't know, 25th or so. Trying to get around Lane Wofford as down, I think, just went. Oh man, several people just went down. Look at all the gaps that they're having to split back here. Points leader Tyler Lang. Awful start at the back of the pack here. But out front it is Braden Carter. Carter on the 18 Panini Motorsports machine trying to pull away out front as fast as possible. Nathan Prinn settles in right behind him in second, and Hubbard on the Vlast MX number 75. Looks to be the one on the move in this group, at least putting the pressure on Prinn early. Prinn's losing touch a little bit with Carter. They weave their way through the switchbacks and onto the start straight one more time. One lap in the book, still several more to go. These guys probably going to get about 16, 17 laps in here today. 2-minute lap times hovering in there or thereabouts range, so if they can kind of keep them under 2 minutes for most of the time, we'll definitely be doing 17, if not 18 laps, depending on how many sub 2-minute lap times they can consistently run. Chase Donovan, Bryce Whelan, settling in behind our front trio. Early in these races, it's a lot of patience. You don't want to go down just like Hubbard has at the bottom of the hill here. Cost you several positions. Look at Hubbard. He was in third. He's going back to, oh my goodness, almost back to 8th. Ends up in 7th, just ahead of Luke Sullivan, who was nearly caught out there. As Hubbard remounted. Logan Lights on the 76 trying to come into the mix as well. And this week, Leitzel is actually running his skins. So that's a good sign. Leitzel at one point yesterday in the Pro Supercross at Utah, the real one, was pretty close to transferring out of a heat race. I think he was in 10th at one point. just missed out at the end, but good to see Leitzel having a good night of racing in Rijsekkel Stadium. And joining us here once again in the MXSGP World Championship as he trying to run down this group in front of him. Sullivan just ahead of him. Jacob Hubbard has Yannick Mueller right in front of him. And then Benjamin Saves just off the front of this group, so it's a bit of a freight train here as they work their way down to the finish line jump. Several guys in it, trying to sneak their way inside of the top 5 here early. And like I was just mentioning before Hubbard went down there, you really don't want to fall early in these races, especially with the speeds in not only the 250 but the 450 class as well, because these guys are in such consistent lines of groups of people and everything like that. As soon as you fall once, you're just basically giving yourself a 5-second penalty or 5-position penalty right from the get-go, because there's going to be a lot of guys going by. As you can see, all these guys still tightly packed together. Got Julian Boehmer going through into the back section here. Tim Friedrichs right behind him. Again, really nice to see, even though it is a North American championship that Race Factory Gaming's putting on here, how many different nationalities are represented. Like Friedrichs here from Germany out here racing. Felix Anderson trying to sneak down the inside. He gets Trent Adams for a position. So a little bit of musical positions here. And here is red plate holder Tyler Lang trying to go around the outside of Casey Cochran. BPC number 266 holds the position though. And Lang trying to go forward. Have not seen Dickerson. So Isaiah Dickerson, his teammate, the MB Films teammate there, struggling his way backwards a little bit. Didn't even see him in the background there, so he must have really lost touch with his teammate. Is off the track. Is that Boehmer that just went off the track? Well, here is Dickerson coming in behind Chris Post. And it was actually Benjamin Saves off the racetrack there. Look at how many positions he just lost. He was just inside of the top 10 somewhere, and he is now, let's see what the pit board tells us, 24th. 24th spot, Benjamin Saves. Oh, they're going over the top of somebody. Hopefully they don't land on him. Oof. That was Chris Post. Oh, and some riders down. That was, that's Dickerson. That's Dickerson down with Cross. So Isaiah Dickerson, Moto 1 winner last week. Matterly Bazin just went down with Zoa Cross and dropped him outside of points paying positions. Again, just crazy action going on through the field here. So as we peek back out front, Braden Carter checking in. He's got a nice lead developing here, but Nathan Prinn is trying not to lose touch with him. Let's do a quick lap time check. They've only put in 2 full laps to this point, but a 41.6 for Prinn to a 40.6 for Carter. So Carter clearly the one with the speed on Prinn right now. But Prinn now settling into second and trying to stick with him at the very least. 3 seconds back. Bryce Whelan has now moved up into third. Chase Donovan up here in 4th. And Luke Sullivan now up into 5th. So Sullivan on the move on the 11 machine as he's trying to keep this top 5 position going. Jacob Hubbard coming in with Yannick Mueller right behind him and Tim Friedrichs. Look at how hard these guys are already railing these ruts though. Crazy the speeds they can carry through here. As they work their way down to the finish line jump once again. 7 minutes in, 23 minutes left to go. So once again, running order: Carter, Prinn, Whelan, Donovan, Sullivan, Hubbard, Mueller, Friedrichs, Adams. I believe that's the top 10. Actually, it's 9th right now, so Julian Boehmer rounding out the top 10. Julian Boehmer is bringing Tyler Lang with him, though, and Lang trying to get to the front in a hurry. And had a question earlier if anybody remembers last week, Tyler Lang, riding after the race is over, rode backwards across the racetrack and ran into Jack Gatlin on the number 9. And Gatlin, who is 16th at the time, crashed because of Lang riding backwards across the track after he'd finished his moto. And Gatlin ended up 21st in that moto and didn't end up scoring a single point that day. Well, Race Factor Gaming still has not actually put out any official word on the protests from round 1 of the championship. So curious to see whether or not there's going to be any repercussions from Lang. Still yet to hear. Could still be in review, or maybe it wasn't protested at all. I haven't got a chance to speak to either of them about the situation. Braden Carter out front, though, is looking silky smooth as butter on this track and has expanded his lead over Nathan Prynne. Looks like it's over 5 seconds now as Prynne just sneaks into the background, and Carter is still setting quick times out front. Unfazed. Oh, but he just lands on some lap traffic as I say that. That was McLaughlin, and Prynne gets into them too. The 89 was in there. 89, not sure who that is. That is Jonathan Alexander on the QM1 team. Now we have a battle for the lead. Oh, Prynne down the inside. Look at how hard he railed that run. He's going to swing to the outside and block the line. Let's see if Carter has a different line at the top of the hill. Prynne swings wide. Carter follows him. Look at the speed they carry through that corner. And McLaughlin behind these guys a lap down, just trying to keep pace with them. Maybe find some lines of his own that he can start using. So Prynne swings wide. Carter jumps down the inside, shuts the door. They're still side by side over the race tech double. Prynne tries to scrub it down. He's going to have the preferred line to the outside here, but Carter rips that inside. Let's see who gets the drive. It's still bar to bar down the next straightaway. Prynne has a bit better of a drive, and let's see if he closes it off. No, he tucks to the inside here. It's still side by side for 3 straight corners. It looks like Carter's finally going to get it as he scrubs down the Ride 365 double. And to the finish line they come. Carter still holds the lead, so he has led every lap of the race to this point and will continue to go with the lead. But Prynne now in it with a shot out front. And this is going to be interesting to see how both these riders settle into it. And already you can see that Carter kind of opening up a small gap, but Prynne trying not to let him go. Gets that corner a little bit cleaner. Let's go on board with Prynne here and see what it looks like from his perspective. Just did a 44.8 last time by. Look at them doubling across the inside corner there. Scrubbing up to the top of the hill. And just carrying, look at, I mean, doesn't even let off. I mean, shifts down once just to slow the momentum down. Hugs the left side of the track to kind of low line the drop down. Prynne still just losing ever so slightly, just a couple, just milliseconds it seems like every section. That time was a big loss. He missed the inside rut and just lost over half a second right there. But clearly right now Carter has the speed on Nathan Prynne, but both of them are just going so fast at the front. Double. Got a little kick there for Prynne. It's just magic watching these guys ride. I mean, like, look at how fast Nathan Prynne is going, and this entire lap he's lost over 3 seconds at this point. I mean, they were nearly nose to tail over the finish line jump last time by. There goes Carter over the finish line jump. Let's take a look at lap times. 43.2, 40.3. So yes, literally 3 seconds that last time by. Carter was absolutely ripping out front. Nathan Prynne still in second, and they have a gap. I'll tell you what, folks, they have a big gap on Bryce Whelan. This is maybe 15 odd seconds behind these guys right now, but Whelan putting in a solid effort in third right now. Look at how deep these ruts are getting. I mean, we're not halfway through this moto yet, and these ruts are absolutely destroyed already. Oh, Sullivan in fourth. I thought he got a little bit bigger of a kick than I just saw, but corrals it back together and running a solid fourth, really, on the number 11. Swings to the outside and just... Oh, and Whelan was down, so he actually goes up to third. And that was not... Oh, it was. Tyler Lang just went by for fourth. So Tyler Lang moves up into 4th. The MV Films number 49, trying to hold that red plate, only has a 3-point advantage in the championship entering. I'm really confused about what you guys are talking about in chat with Braden Carter, because right before the race, so last week, let's just give an update to Panini Motorsports and all the fun I've been having there. Last week, Owen Hillman sent me his team skins, 250 and 450 packs separately. They're both over a gig, and he sent them to me about 20 minutes before the race was supposed to start. So I told him, I'm sorry, there's no way I can download this in time. Like, I don't have gig internet, so I can't get to it. And he understood. It's like, it is what it is. Like, it happens. But I downloaded all that stuff after the race because I was like, well, this must be their temporary pack. Hopefully I have it for the next races moving forward. And then about an hour before the race tonight, I get a message from Jeremy Siebold with another pack that's 1.4 gigs each for each 250 and 450 pack. And this is 2K stuff. I'm not, this isn't even 4K. and then I don't have Braden Carter skins, apparently. So I've downloaded 4 packs for Panini, and I've yet to see one of their riders' skins. Although, they're saying Carter doesn't have the updated pack or something like that, so I get that. But it's kind of funny how that all worked out, that I've downloaded so many of their skins I still don't even have his. Close battle here between Eaglin and Friedrichs right now. Well, here, look, I have Colby Eaglin skins, so there you go. Panini Motorsports, Colby Eaglin, I got his skins. I feel good about it. We can move on with life. But Tim Friedrichs applying some serious pressure right now on the JIBR Skull Candy, 471. They work their way down this long straightaway, this double, and then all these guys trying to triple and either get to that inside rut or outside rut. Friedrichs hooked the inside rut, but then kind of blew over it just a little bit there, so lost some drive down the next straightaway, but still keeping things close. He's definitely keeping Eaglin honest here. Colby Eaglin just looking like young Darian Sinai out there. 57 on a Cowie in GPs. Tyler Lang looks like he might be closing up on Luke Sullivan here a little bit. Actually, now that we're halfway... Oh, Prinn! Prinn just went down, and that was a lapper. 107, I believe? Is that? Yeah, that's the lapper there, 107. So Nathan Prinn just got together with the 107 machine, and there's Cale Braden on the 233. Jack Gatlin just ahead of these guys, so Prinn has lost a lot of time now to Braden Carter. He was actually pretty close to him when he just went down. So Prinn now, who was right on Carter, or close to him, has now lost touch with him. And Sullivan's trying to hold off Tyler Lang. Let's go ahead and do a top 20 rundown, go through everybody in points-paying positions here in the field. This one is going to be brought to you by the folks at Ride365.com. Why? Well, because Ride365 is literally all over this racetrack. So if you want anything, head over to Ride365.com. They have got gear, they have got hard parts. They've got everything. Just go over there, check them out. Good stuff. Ride365.com today out front. Braden Carter, Panini Motorsports. Not any longer, though, apparently. He just got kicked off his team. Nobody's telling him, but definitely got kicked off the team, supposedly. Number 18 out front, so Braden Carter now looking for a ride. He is leading this GP, though, trying to pick up the win here in race number 1 of the MX2 division, and holds a nice lead right now over Impact's number 130 on a yellow bike of all things, the Suzuki out here. Nathan Prinn making Suzuki look like firing their R&D department wasn't the worst idea, because that bike is still ripping here virtually. But he holds down second right now, and he's trying to run back down Carter for the lead. Meanwhile, Luke Sullivan on the QM1 Star Racing Yamaha look-alike machine with the number 11 on the bike running in third right now, and he is just very quietly put in a good ride, but just as I say that, he goes down, coughs up third. That's going to your points leader now, Tyler Lang, MV Films number 49. He's at the front of the, or at up to third now, and looks like he'll be keeping this red plate moving forward. Oh man, oh my goodness, I can't believe. Sometimes, man, I don't know what these guys are thinking. They see somebody down and they're like, I can split this narrow gap right here. Like, when I used to race in this game, and granted, I wasn't as fast as any of these guys, so let's just, back it off there. But when I saw people down, I generally checked up and went about as far away from them as possible, because oftentimes people get up sideways or all over the place. So interesting to me to see how sometimes these guys are just that tunnel vision that they're just like, they're looking down, and they look up and someone's in the way, so they just have to barely scoot by him. And in that case, he put Cale Braden back on the ground. But okie dokie for him. Tyler Lang is still in third. And now in fourth is Bryce Whelan, the Panini Motorsports, actually on the Panini Motorsports team. He's in fourth right now, and he has now worked his way ahead of Luke Sullivan, who's dropped all the way back to fifth. So sixth now, Colby Eagland, Panini Motorsports number 57, running inside of the top 10 here. And if Braden Carter wasn't kicked off the team, they'd be looking really nice team-wise, because they are running 1-4-6 if you include Carter, but that is not the case because Carter's not on the team apparently. Tim Friedrichs, JIBR Skull Candy 471 back here in seventh. The German's trying to hold off a, well, actually those are lappers, so he's not holding off a challenge, but he is in a really good position to go after Colby Eagland ahead of him, which he's been so for the last 4 laps or so. Actually, they're getting around Sullivan right now, down the inside into the first corner. So Sullivan drops back to 6th, and Friedrichs in 7th, trying to jump by him as well. Look at this battle here. Friedrichs jumps alongside and completes the move. Nicely done for Friedrichs. He moves up into 6th and then goes down. Actually, they both went down. Oh no, they're stuck together. Oh no, oh, this is not good. This is gonna really hold them both up. Friedrichs trying to get unstuck. He's literally stuck in the bike. That's what happens. You have these lags like this and somebody else flipping into the fray. Unbelievable that I just got all of that sequence on camera, but they're finally unstuck. Let's see how many positions they lost. I think Payson Johnson was the only one to go by, and he was. He's up to 6th now. Privateer effort here for Johnson on the 351. And interesting that someone who has qualified 2nd 2 weeks in a row and finished 2nd overall in the GP last weekend and is running 6th right now has no team, but I digress. Maybe he is also having team issues like Brayton Carter. I have no idea. Luke Sullivan, though, he's up into 7th now. And Friedrichs, just went down again in 8th. So he's going to lose 8th to Julian Bomer here. BPC. Number 299 goes on by. I believe his nickname is Juju Bomer, but I will not confirm that or deny that. I just believe that's what A-Wood always calls him. So Julian Bomer, he's in 8th right now. Jacob Hubbard, VlastMX.com, number 75, is in 9th. Was up front earlier on, but crashed his way back here. He's trying to hold on inside of the top 10, and Friedrichs will have remounted in 10th. So let's keep going through the field. Kevin Gonzalez on the Takatoji number 3 is in 11th. Logan Leitzel here on the 76 Mad Cape ride. He's in 12th. Yannick Mueller right now in 13th. JRBR Skull Candy number 336, I believe. Yeah, 336. Just ahead of Benjamin Saves on the 54 Architect ride. I want to see how this straightaway looks now on board. It's actually not as bad as I thought. The corners are getting much more dug in than the straights are, as Saves is going to make the move there on Yannick Mueller, who got a little out of shape out of the inside there. So Mueller back to 14th. Here's Trent Shepard on the QM1 number 78. Right now, he's in 15th. He's got a freight train of riders right behind him. It's Frank Jackson on the Veraco number 280, almost getting landed on by Daniel Mills on the Jack Daniels Racing number 44. Mills throws sauce on Frank Jackson over the finish line jump. This is 17th? No, 16th for D Mills. 17th, Frank Jackson. 18th is Isaiah Dickerson on the MV Films number 280, I believe. 19th for Trent Adams on the Takatoji number 22. And rounding out your final points paying position at the moment, at least, is Chase Donovan, MXLocker.com, number 29, I think? I don't know. These guys all have so many different numbers from their RF numbers, but it looks like 29 on the bike. I'm just going to say that is 29. Zoe Cross, though, I think these guys were teammates, or they are teammates, I should say. I should say. They are teammates. They just have, one has a black fender and one has a white fender, so going for the equality look there. But Zoe Cross, his teammate, applying pressure to try to get into the final points paying position, and they're actually going to do so without having to pass each other as Daniel Mills was just down. So Daniel Mills crashes out of a points paying position there. That was the Top 20 Rundown, brought to you by the folks at Ride365.com. Let's peek back out front and see if anything has changed. Oh, it has! Nathan Prinn has gone to the lead. So Nathan Prinn on the 130 Impact Ride trying to pick up his first Grand Prix race victory of the season. And kind of make Braden Carter's night even worse. So Carter, who was leading this thing, getting kicked off teams and getting kicked out of the lead at the same time. Could you imagine what that would be like? I've seen it happen in other sports, particularly baseball. I've seen, like just last year, Yasiel Puig, who played for the Reds, was traded to the Indians while he was in a game and then actually fought in a brawl against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So that was kind of a funny sequence there. But could you imagine if, like, I don't know, like Cian Cerullo gets a Honda contract and Kawasaki drops him on the spot right in the middle of a moto? Like, can you imagine what that would be like? That'd be insane. Anyway, Braden Carter, though, he's doesn't care. He's just going to try to go out and win this race. Right now, Nathan Prinn, rider out of France, throwing some international flavor on this North America Championship. Holding down the lead spot. 24 minutes and some change, almost 25 minutes into this moto. So he's looking at about 5 minutes and a lap left to go. And right now, Tyler Lang looks to be the man on the move. Let's see lap times last time by 44.6 to a 46.8. So Carter looks to have slowed his pace a little bit, and Tyler Lang is trying to take full advantage of it and try to move up here in a second. Tyler Lang looking like a new man right now. Dropping down the hill, carrying so much momentum to the bottom there. Like, look at how fast this racetrack is right now. Just from section to section, they're carrying so much momentum. And suddenly he is really close. He's actually close to Prinn. Nathan Prinn just went down out of the lead, and Carter just went down right after that. So all three of our lead pack is suddenly nose to tail. Prinn and now Carter about to be passed by Tyler Lang on the outside. Oh, Carter rips the inside rut and shuts the door on Lang, but Lang, trying to fight back alongside of him, is going to shut the door on Carter and move up into second. So Tyler Lang suddenly really within a shot here of winning this race. 4 minutes left on the clock in your top three, separated by nothing. You could throw a blanket over him as Prinn, Lang, and Carter bring it down to the line to complete lap 15 onto lap 16. Oh, Prinn. Oh, he's riding the high line there, and then Lang almost slid it down. Three riders, one shot. Oh, Lang trying to shut the door. Carter sends it in and hops over the rut. Now he has to try to fight back, and Lang just letting him kind of jump out of the inside there, gets him right back. And he's trying to set sail after Prinn. He doesn't want to get caught up there in whatever Carter's trying to do. What a fantastic battle for the lead we have brewing here late in this one. Can Nathan Prinn hold off the hard-charging Tyler Lang late in this one? Up traffic. Coming into play, didn't quite see the number there. I think it's a BPC rider, though. It's a 266 machine. Oh, Prinn gets into him and puts him down right in front of Lang, but Lang taking different lines. Very smart riding there for the 49 machine. And here comes Carter trying to get back to Tyler Lang to make a move. Let's see if anybody, they are all going to, well, they're both swinging wide as Prinn jumped down the inside, so that's going to kind of stifle his drive on the next straightaway. And Lang and Carter both trying to get the optimum drive swinging wide there. They just carry so much speed through that corner. So can Carter get a pass done again? Look at all the speed he's carrying. He's trying to scrub down the Ride365.com double. Oh, he's just a little bit short, or else he may have had the move done there. Definitely had the drive on him. Now here coming to the finish line jump. Ooh, Lang almost whips into Carter. And Prin there just landing off the finish line jump, still holds the lead, trying a different line into the split here. Because he got off kilter last time and he went off the track. Lang to the lead, Carter to second, almost goes down. And Prin down the inside is going to get him right back. Carter out of sorts. Almost went down, and Tyler Lang leads in Valkenswaard. So with 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes on the clock, a change for the lead in the Netherlands. Lap traffic mixed in everywhere. Tyler Lang trying to avoid guys. Must have a good spotter because he didn't land in the main rut there. And Prin trying to get through the same guys as well. Oh, Ryder went through the tough blocks and almost went down as Lang was jumping down the hill there. So Prin lost a little bit of ground now. He is trying to take different lines to just make it by these lap riders. And here comes Carter. Carter on the 18 makes the move to get back by Prin. Oh my goodness, lap traffic everywhere. Lang high centered and Prin just went down. Carter back to the lead. So it was Lang that was a little bit off. He was high centered on the rut in the middle of the track there. Oh my goodness, lap traffic is everywhere and Prin was cartwheeling through them. He gets up, he's still in third, and now Colby Eaglin's trying to get into the fray here. He's in fourth. There's just lap traffic everywhere right now. Look at this. Tyler Lang, where's he gonna go? Inside, outside, they're in every direction he can try to go right now. Carrying some speed to the outside, bringing it down to the finish line jump, and we still have some time left on the clock, so there's going to be 3 laps to go because it definitely will expire next time by with the 2-lap board coming out next time by. 3 to go in this moto. Carter looking at, maybe 2.5 second lead at most. It's just about the length of the start straightaway. So Carter just up the road, Lang can definitely see Carter. He's trying to get around, I think that is the 78 right there, I believe, on the QM1 machine. Oh, he's just getting stuck behind him though, nowhere to go. Like I said, these lappers are trying. I think they're lapping up into points now. So Tyler Lang makes it around the outside of the 78 and still setting sail after Carter. Lap time check 48.1 to a 54 flat, but Lang did crash last time by, so I'm really curious to see lap times next time by. Let's stick with Lang here to the finish of this lap because I want to see if the time drops at all. As a 2-lap board is about to come out, it'll give us an indication how quickly, if at all, Lang is catching Carter. Through the rollers. So much momentum and really just not actually gaining time. 4.6 seconds. So in and out of the final corner. Let's take a look at lap times as Lang lands and over the finish line jump he goes 45.7 to a 46.7, so he actually was 1 second faster last time by. But that's not going to be enough. He needs more than a second a lap right now. Nathan Prin has lost a lot of time and has Colby Eaglin breathing down his neck for third. So Prin was almost looking at a GP win, and this corner right here is where it kept eating him alive. He just couldn't get into this berm. This time he gets it done. But now he almost goes off the track, and down the inside goes Eaglin to move into third. Then he almost blows the corner, so Prin's trying to get a drive back down the inside. Not going to happen. Eaglin outdrives him into the next corner. Holds the spot. Look at how deep these ruts are getting. Unbelievable. Prin hops back alongside, makes the pass back around Eagland. So these two going back and forth. Meanwhile, Carter's lead is extended to almost 7 seconds ahead of Lang, so this is a real tight battle right now for third we want to keep an eye on. White flag will be coming out next time by, so these guys are trying to give it everything they have with 1 lap to go. They drive their way back up to the top of the hill. Oh, Eaglin down, got the swaps. There's a big knuckle coming into that corner that a couple guys are caught out now. And it doesn't matter though, because Payson Johnson is literally 5 corners behind Colby Eaglin, so no big deal there. But Prin gets some breathing room. And Tyler Lang's just trying to get through lap traffic. Daniel Mills on the 44, just ahead of him. Here comes Braden Carter though, white flag waving. One more lap to go and Carter's trying to click off this victory. Tyler Lang still trying to get around, I think that's Yannick Mueller on the left. And it looks to be so, 336. So man, they've actually, how far have they lapped up? Where is Yannick Mueller right now? Maybe a little further back than I thought. He is in 15th. So Daniel Mills going a lap down in 14th, and Julian Bomer's down at the top of the hill here, so may get lapped. Oh, down goes Lang! Lang, we were just looking at Daniel Mills, and Lang crashes out a second, and Carter had just gone down. So Carter had just gone down ahead of him, and now he's in lap traffic danger. Nathan Prin is trying to close up and make some moves here late, but Carter surrounded by lap traffic. Daniel Mills. So this is the exact battle that we just saw Lang in, dealing with D Mills and Yannick Mueller, and now Braden Carter, who just went down, has to deal with them as well. Up to the top of the hill, Mills moves aside and lets Carter go, but not before kind of sitting in the main line there as Carter was trying to get in there. So Carter, less than about a third of a lap to go here. Oh, Daniel Mills right behind him, trying to take advantage of having Carter in front of him so he can try to get around Yannick Mueller. Got a rider down in the background, looks to be a lapper. 262 in the mix here. Carter's trying to work around him. And the 510 as well. So a couple of guys just inside of the points, it looks like, because they're coming down. One turn to go for Braden Carter. And he has survived the lap traffic chaos, but he hasn't survived the chopping orders of his teammate. He's going to win race 1 of the MXSGP of the Netherlands with a backflip. He'll know, though, when he gets back to the semi that he's been kicked off his team, apparently. Nathan Prin will take over second from Lang, so not sure what happened to the 49 there on the last lap, but he will end up in third, as it was a close battle down to the checkers. Colby Eagland almost had a shot at the podium, ends up fourth. Payson Johnson putting in another solid ride, but it comes with another ride through the field as he ends up in fifth. Bryce Whelan is trying to get to the line. He's got Cooper Hunt on the 304 and Jack Gatlin to his outside. They are both a lap down, so doesn't need to worry about them. He's just got to come across here in sixth. Luke Sullivan in seventh has Tim Friedrichs putting the charge here late on the 471 JIBR Skull Candy ride. One corner to go. Friedrichs has got a great drive, but he's gonna, oh, I thought he might get that rut wrong, I should say. Oh, the scrub down to the finish line jump. Oh, he gets the pass done on Sullivan. What a move by Friedrichs to get him at the line. Sullivan cased the double, and it cost him a position, 0.2 of a second in it at the line. It was Gonzalez to come across in 10th, or 9th, I should say. Hubbard 10th. Dickerson ends up 11th after winning the first moto last week. And here is Logan Leitzel to bring it home in 12th. And Julian Bomer all by himself in 13th, but he is the last man on the lead lap, so he will finish there regardless. 14th was Yannick Mueller, 15th Casey Cochran, 16th Daniel Mills, 17th Zoe Cross, 18th Chase Donovan, 19th Frank Jackson, and 20th was Trent Shepard. We'll wait for cuts to come in. We're going to have a 5-minute intermission coming up, so this is now the time where I ask you guys if you have any questions for myself, anything you want to know about the game, or just about me, or anything. I don't really care. It's kind of an ask me anything situation. Be sure to ask it in the chat room, and we'll be happy to answer it for you. Let's see. Did cuts change anything? Doesn't look like it. Oh, actually, Luke Sullivan did get back around Friedrichs on cuts. So Friedrichs had 1.13 seconds of cuts, and Sullivan actually had 0.41 seconds of cuts, so it still remained very close. But that was the only position change that mattered in the points. Braden Carter, winner in race 1 of the MXSGP of Valkenswaard in the MX2 division. So I'm getting you guys asking me that I should check out the forum post, which I will do right now. Panini Motorsports MX forum post. It's now in the teams part, which thank God JLV finally put that together. So let's go ahead and full screen this. This is a Panini Motorsports thread that was just dropped. And look at that. I'm not seeing Braden Carter's name in here. And if we go down here, we see Braden Carter has been kicked from the team due to disrespecting team orders. When he views this post, he'll find out he's been kicked. Surprise. So there you go. The man that literally just won the first race has been kicked off his own team. Interesting. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope you guys are doing well. Intermission time, 5-minute break, etc. See what's going on in the server. Ugh. When the baby is born, have Kendall stream the pro race? Who's Kendall? I don't know who Kendall is. No questions in chat? All right, well. Ethan, I have your skins this week. Max Albright says, do I think Ken Roczen is out of the championship? Yes. I don't think he's coming back from 26 down with 4 to go. Could be wrong, but that's a big points haul. If he wins the last 4, I don't know, things could get crazy, but I don't think he's winning the last 4. He just finished 10th. Needs a big turnaround. Zach P wants to know how old I am. I am 27 years old. I was born March 10, 1993. Rhett Walker wants to know if I ride enduro or just moto. So, I mean, I would love to ride enduro. What I ride, I wouldn't call enduro. I've gone like trail riding in the mountains near me before. And then obviously I've done a lot of desert riding and racing over the years because I live very, very close to like Ocotillo Wells, Superstition, Klamath, things like that. So I go riding in the desert, but I wouldn't call that enduro. Like what you're talking about is more in the woods, in the trees, which I've done, but I don't do it a lot. I do more off-road desert riding than anything if I'm not racing or riding motocross tracks. So hopefully that answers your question. Who is the fastest rider of all time in IRL for Supercross? Well, I mean, James Stewart would be my answer, but I guess that's a subjective question. Brendan Kennedy wants to know, what have you thought so far on some of the sections on this track that will change out the outcome of the race after the stream is over? Like in terms of people cutting the track, like sections that will throw people off. I mean, definitely a lot of like wild sections on this racetrack. There's no shortage of that. I'm just impressed at how deep some of these ruts are getting. I mean, like look at the start straight already, big ruts coming into it, and then bumps all the way down the start straight. It's definitely a brutal track. So, yeah, crazy. Nathan14 says, who's your favorite rider in Supercross and Motocross real life? Well, my favorite rider all time is Ben Townley. He doesn't race anymore, though, or race, pro, like the big stuff. Like he races some New Zealand Nationals and stuff like that, but doesn't race AMA stuff anymore. So I don't really have a favorite. Since Townley retired, I've kind of gone to more neutral status. It's kind of my job as a journalist, as I work for Racer X. Like I'm not really supposed to pick favorites. But yeah, like if he still raced, I'd cheer on Townley the most. Let's see. What happened to Panini and Braden? I guess just a disagreement. Caleb Overby, how's your day, sir? My day is going very well. Hopefully your day is going well too, Caleb. Sean Klein wants to know if he gets a top 10 in either moto tonight. I will say yes, he gets a top 10 in the second moto. Let's see. Oh, okay, so Ethan Park switched dynos. Awesome. What's up, Evan Moulton? How are you doing, buddy? Did I ever want to race pro, says Michael LaCour. Of course I did. Like, I grew up idolizing racing pro supercross and motocross, and I got to a certain point when I was racing some like local mini races when I was about 13 years old, and I was getting my doors blown off like by these local, I'd never heard of these kids in my life, and they were just blowing my doors off. And that's when I was like, you know what, like that, I might as well think of something different to do. So actually, for a little span of my life, from when I was like 12 or 13 until I was about 14, I raced go-karts because I got into Formula One and karting and other things like that. But I did want to race pro supercross and motocross, of course, like who doesn't? California is usually pretty dry. Yeah, like we had some rain yesterday, but it's usually pretty dry. Let's see. Do Stairway to Heaven with a bunch of people and see who wins. That'd be pretty fun. What do you think is more energy draining? Full 2 or 3 hour hair scramble or 2 full motos of a national? So I'm not going to discredit the enduro guys. I think they're gnarly. But the enduro guys, they do like crazy stuff, but they are really good about conserving energy when they're not doing said crazy thing. And I think that it is very physically taxing and they have to do a lot of work. But 2 30-minute outdoor motos in 110-degree weather with 90% humidity, it's like running full sprint on a treadmill in a sauna for a half hour. Like, it is intense what those guys go through. So I always give the nod to moto just because I think that their heart rates are higher and they're doing that stuff for longer. But, you know, I think that, you know, everybody's going to feel different about that. I don't know if I'll ever race sim again. I think I'm a little bit too slow for it these days. Yeah, we're still racing. It's just an intermission right now. Thanks, Joel Reberg. Very happy for the upcoming child. I don't know if Rush Chapman will race again. Probably not, but I don't know. I've been proved wrong about that before. What do I think about if Sim somehow kept the erode from 250s to 450s, but somehow clean the starting gate in all straights, but keeps the eroding corners? I mean, that would be awesome. That'd be ideal if you can keep erode and you run a lower erode setting, and then it just keeps, you know, kind of building and building and building. But you have to save the track every single time to do that and update the track info file, and everybody has to re-download the track and all this stuff like that. It's like, I think JLB could probably do it, but it'd be very hard. And so I think because of that, it's like almost not worth it. Anyway, Kellen versus Shaq pit bike race at Paula. When? Sure, whenever he wants to. I mean, he'd smoke me. He's a much better rider than me. He rides like 4 days a week, so, you know, no big deal. When will regular MX Simulator season start again? I like watching those races that you guys do. I mean, this is part of it, isn't it? Like, this is the GP Championship. We're doing the same thing, just on Mondays. But yes, Sim Nationals start next Tuesday, so be here same time, same place next Tuesday. All right, time to go racing. It is MX2 Race 2 in Valkenswaard. Get those revs up, and let's see who's going to win it this time out in the deep sand. Oh, Adams, we were watching him off the start. He hits the gate, and it looks like Nathan Prynn, maybe? Bryce Whelan, hole shot, racetech.com, hole shot award, Bryce Whelan. But Nathan Prynn takes the lead out of the second corner. He's trying to win the overall here today, and he is going to the front in a hurry. So it's Prynn leading early. Dalton Plessinger, Aaron Plessinger's younger brother, I believe, sitting in second. Funny that he chose number 23 as his number in this series, unless he just happened to land on that. But you know, AP was 23 for a long time. He's actually going for the lead. He's going to get it. Dalton Plessinger to the lead, and Nathan Prynn just gets absolutely sent off the track by Dalton Plessinger. Nathan Prynn in row 78 as he comes back onto the track. He's right there. There he is. Looks like he dropped to about 10th. Another rider just went down. That was Benjamin Saves on the 54. Meanwhile, though, out front, Dalton Plessinger, Panini number 23, leading his teammate, Bryce Whelan on the 313. It was Whelan who grabbed the hole shot. Oh, and then, down goes Plessinger from the lead, so Whelan takes it over. We got Payson Johnson in second. We got Jack Gatlin just moving up into fourth, but it's, who's this on the outside? I can't latch onto him. Casey Cochran on the BPC number 266 mixed in here. And the freight train. Oh, Jack Gatlin slides out. He was in 4th. He's going backwards. Bryce Whelan leads lap number 1. Payson Johnson, Casey Cochran, Tyler Lang up here. Got Jacob Hubbard, Frank Jackson in a good spot. Nathan Prynn recovered well from going off the track. Alex Kerr. And Jack Gatlin recovered from his fall. Colt Hans up in here. Dalton Plessinger, he got back up as well. He's still just outside the top 10. Ethan Gurst mixed in here. And this is the front group because they've got a big gap to everybody behind them. Keep an eye on the battle out front as Payson Johnson goes to the lead. Payson Johnson out front of Bryce Whelan. So they work their way back down the hill one more time. Early runnings in this race, still a freight train at the front. Obviously, the last thing you want to do is fall. As exactly as I say that, Bryce Whelan goes down off the outside of the track, and everybody goes by. I mean, so many people in a tight-knit group. The last thing you want to do is fall on the first lap, and that's exactly what Bryce Whelan just did. He lost so many positions. Colt Hans, Alex Kerr, Nathan Prynn, Tyler Lang, Jacob Hubbard. All these guys have gone by. Frank Jackson, Casey Cochran's in a really good spot here early on. But it is Payson Johnson, 351 privateer effort out here, leading in Valkenswaard. Working his way through the rollers, swings back around. Up and over the Ride 365 double. And he's going to bring it down to the finish line jump here to complete lap number 1. Payson Johnson up and over the finish line jump he comes. I'm sorry, lap number 2. We've already finished lap number 1. And Casey Cochran settling into a strong second, trying to hold off Frank Jackson. These two are set to battle, and they're doing their best to hold off Tyler Lang. So Lang finished 3rd in that first moto. I didn't actually see yet. I haven't looked to see if Braden Carter has changed his name. Curious to see if he did. Don't even see him at the top of the screen though, so not sure where he is. Down the inside goes Frank Jackson in the sweeper. Did he get the pass done? Oh, he goes down on the uphill double. So Cochran still holds on to 2nd. Tyler Lang moves to 3rd. Nathan Prynn is in 4th, and he is charging, folks. Down the inside, is he going to get the move on Dickerson? He's going to try to go inside and outside, and he gets the move done. What a move by Nathan Prynn, taking no prisoners this moto. On the 130, he's going to have to go middle rut, though, and Lang uses that to his advantage to go back down the inside. Lang wasting no time. He's going to try to slice back underneath. It's going to kill his drive, though, and Prynn's going to get a better drive. Let's see if he uses that to his advantage. Scrubs down the double. Tries to land on the gas. Let's see if he goes. He's going to go far inside here. Oh, man, just couldn't get that rut hooked well enough, but so close. Lang now down the inside of Cochran, tries to shut the door. Cochran gets a great drive and whips it on him. Oh, and Lang cases, so Prynn goes back by, and Tyler Lang trying to be aggressive there early on, and Casey Cochran, who knows a thing or two about racing IRL, says, no thank you, sir, I'm going to hold this position. And Prynn takes advantage of that to go back by. So these guys are in a frantic battle, but it's still over 2nd because Payson Johnson's leading this thing. And keep an eye on this battle for 2nd because I think it's going to get even better. Cochran swings wide. Prynn pulls alongside. He might get passed by Lang as well if he doesn't shut the door. He does. Lang cuts back underneath. He gets the double cleanly. Cochran trying to shut the door. Almost gets into Lang. He's still bar to bar with him. And he's going to settle behind him now and just try to get into a pace here. Tyler Lang definitely had to work for that position. And at the end of it all, it's Prynn who goes back around him to move into 2nd. And just like that, Lang goes down in the background and gives that spot right back to Cochran. He's going to have to go back to work again, but not before he loses a couple more spots. 821 Colt Hans going by with Bryce Whelan. So Whelan trying to keep tabs with this lead trio. Let's see if Nathan Prynn runs a better lap time than Payson Johnson this time by Johnson out front. Riding a pretty solid pace already, though. A 141.1 and a 142.7. Lap times out front. Lap time check this time by to complete lap number 4. And he lays down a 140.3. Payson Johnson on the move. Let's see if Prix can match that. He's going to put down a 140.9, so we're in the 40s. Cochran clearly losing a little bit of tabs here, did a 46.7. And Frank Jackson probably going to be in the 42 second range there with a 42.3. Find ourselves a battle. Jacob Hubbard, Gonzalez, Mills. And here's Tyler Lang now behind all these guys. Dylan Cavacuti up in here. Bryce Williams lost more positions back to Eaglin now. So teammates battling amongst each other through the switchbacks. And Eaglin gets a pretty good drive. Let's see if he can use this to his advantage. Gets the power down again. Surely he's not going to shut the door on his teammate here, is he? No, actually settles in behind him. And low lines it. Oh, and down goes Whelan. Eaglin goes by, as does Colt Hans, and a lot of other people. And Friedrich's just down at the top of the hill behind him, so he's going to lose several positions. He was in about 18th and losing so many more spots. I'm trying to wait and see if anybody from these first motos comes on by. So getting word in chat that Braden Carter, but first of all, here's Isaiah Dickerson, who is not having a good week right now. Not a good first moto whatsoever after winning the first moto last week at Madeley Bazin. Now he's in 30th off the beginning here. Julian Bomer, Luke Magnetti, Jack Gatlin back here, Lewis Williams, Chase Donovan, Jonathan Alexander's out of the race. And there's Braden Carter. So Carter getting reports that he missed a timing gate and needed to go back and hit it. So he was already pretty far down the order, then missed a timing gate. If you miss 3 successive timing gates, it basically sets you back to the timing gate that you missed initially. And you either have to go back and hit it or you go a full lap down, just racing the track normal. So Carter must have noticed that his timing and scoring was not updating, and he had to go back and find where he missed said timing gate, and he's lost a lot of time. Only Jonathan is still running this race behind him. Actually, Brandon Nigrin looks like he's out of the race. Anywho, Braden Carter not having a good day. All right, back up front. Still Payson Johnson leading this thing. He's got a 6.7 second lead on Nathan Prinn. Getting up to 50 miles an hour down the straightaway. 50, 55 to triple into this corner here. So much speed being carried. Hits that corner. He just went 40 miles an hour through that corner. Pretty intense. So Johnson going to bring it down and check in. 10 minutes down, 20 minutes and 2 laps left to go. And the 351 machine completes lap number 6. On to lap number 7. Nathan Prinn is still in second. Casey Cochran still running a solid third. Jacob Hubbard in fourth. Kevin Gonzalez in fifth. And Tyler Lang is in sixth. This is going to be a good battle to watch here. 4, 5, 6, I should say. Tyler Lang on the 3. Trying to hold off the red plate holder, the points leader, Tyler Lang. Oh, that was Hubbard. Just went down, so then moves Gonzalez and Lang up to 4th and 5th, respectively, as they continue their fight. Gonzalez made a little bobble, and there goes Lang up into 4th. Next up would be Casey Cochran, who he had some troubles passing earlier in the race. Going to be interesting to see if he gets to him again, how their battle continues. And Payson Johnson has a lead right now, folks. He is heading down the back straightaway right now as Nathan Prinn's at the top of the track, so he's 4 corners behind him. Solid stuff for the 3 51 of Johnson. And, you know, we were just talking about it in the first moto, how many riders he had to pass to get up to finish 6th in that race. And what could he do with the start? Well, we're getting our answer right now. He's got to start, and he's basically just putting in these qualifying laps out front. Absolutely sentimental pace out front. Just insane. Here we go. Battle for third on. Cochran has been caught by Lang. This should get good. Let's see if Lang has a move sized up. Cochran up, just kind of letting him go. Didn't get the drive, so Lang took advantage, swung right on by him. And now Cochran going to have to go back to work. Jacob Hubbard still in 5th, though. Colby Eagland right behind him in 6th. This is shaping up for a good battle. Find out who's going to be the last man inside of the top 5. Still over half the race to go, though, so a lot could still happen. Oh, Eagland just got a great drive, and he goes down. Goodness gracious, those rollers are killer. So Gonzalez goes by. Let's see. That is Daniel Mills going by. That is also Zoa Cross going by. Zoa Cross working his way up the hill. Daniel Mills trying to settle into his pace now. So let's keep diving through the field and see who we find. We got Cale Braden in a pretty good spot with Dylan Cavacuti right behind him. Logan Leitzel's trying to make the pass on Cavacuti. Might get it done, might not get it done. Let's see. Cavacuti has the inside line, but it's around the outside goes Leitzel to make the move stick. And here comes Luke Sullivan with a great drive. Wow, Sullivan on the 11, flying up that hill, also makes the move on Cavacuti. Colt Hans in the mix. Ethan Gerst. Dalton Plessinger, he was up front early on and then fell. We also have Cooper Hunt, Benjamin Saves, Trent Shepard, and then Isaiah Dickerson. So Dickerson just having no fun this week right now. He's in 21st. Trevor Burns is back here, as is Julian Bomer, Jack Gatlin, Bryce Whelan, Chris Post, Luke Magnetti, Alex Kerr, Trent Adams, Friedrichs, Donovan, and Carter. Let's see what lap times Carter's putting in. 42.5, and he's up to 32nd. So he's going to try to get some points here. And he did change his name to Privateur. So interesting there. Hopefully I have the skins next week. But as with most people in this game, team hopping happens. In this case, he obviously got kicked off the team, but people team hop like it's nobody's business regardless. So Carter in 31st, putting in some solid lap times. Let's see where he gets to in this one. Going to be interesting to keep tabs on him, no less. Back out front, still Payson Johnson. What's the lead right now? The lead is 25.9 seconds. Lap time check 41.1, I should say. Payson Johnson, he did a 39.5 as his best lap so far. That's pretty insane. Trying to get around, is that the 3.52? Lap traffic coming up. This would be where it starts falling apart. If it does, he's going to land on somebody. Oh my goodness, how did he not land on that guy? That is Carter that he almost landed on. So Carter from off track. Oh, this is sketchy. Oh my goodness, so many people going down, and Johnson just weaving through them. Absolutely pinned. This could be his detriment, though. This is what happens sometimes with people that aren't always accustomed to running up front or leading a moto in this situation. They just don't have an off switch. Sometimes you got to be careful when working through lappers. And he's throwing caution to the wind. It's just going to take a couple crashes, and this is a race, folks. So Got to keep an eye out that Johnson gets through everybody cleanly. Nathan Prinn just trying to hold steady in second. And I believe somebody in chat said that he got fifth the first moto, talking about Payson Johnson. I believe that is correct. So 5-1. It still would not actually beat Prinn's 2-2. Prinn would get the overall. But obviously that would be a big deal if Payson Johnson can click off the win. Tyler Lang has now solidified himself up into third. So it's still the same second and third duo from the first moto. The only difference, obviously, is Braden Carter is outside of the points after winning the first moto. And Payson Johnson, who was fifth in the first moto, is currently leading the second moto. But same 2-3 sequence. Nathan Prinn, Tyler Lang, and Colby Eaglin's back here in fourth too. So pretty much same sequence of people up here. Casey Cochran and fresh face at the front of the field. That's good to see. How about this battle though? Jacob Hubbard, Kevin Gonzalez, and Frank Jackson. Frank Jackson peeking down the inside. Does he get the pass done? He does. Carrying so much speed around the outside and up and over this double jump here. Backsides that cleanly. Further back, I think that might be Daniel Mills and Logan Leitzel I can see back there. A couple guys still just off the back of this group. It is Mills. I think that's Leitzel. Right now, Frank Jackson holding Kevin Gonzalez at bay and trying to go after Jacob Hubbard just ahead of him, while Hubbard, in his own right, is trying to put the pressure on Casey Cochran. Up to the top of the hill they go. Frank Jackson still peeking in back there as Hubbard continues to try to apply the pressure to Casey Cochran just ahead of him. Ooh, might have almost sized a move up there. Look at this, down the inside. He's going to hop across and try to block the line off Cochran. Into the bales. Oh, what a save. Comes across the track a little bit. That was almost a big one because he almost came across and just got right into Hubbard. And if they both went down, Gonzalez may have had nowhere to go. You also have Mills back there. And Leitzel could also got into them as well. Up and over the finish line jump they come again. And Cochran still holding Hubbard at bay. But curious to see if Hubbard has something lined up this lap. He was faster in a couple sections. Oh, he was going to try to pull out of the rut and get the drive, and in the end it's going to cost him another position as Gonzalez goes by him. But now Gonzalez might have something sized up to go after Casey Cochran just ahead of him. Logan Leitzel and Daniel Mills having a battle of their own back there. And, oh, Leitzel pushed Mills off the track back there. He did get the spot, and then Mills shoved him back off the track. So they're banging bars here. And Leitzel's going to have to settle in behind him. He's trying to go middle right here. Doesn't work. Interesting. Oh, that's a lapped rider, I believe, off the outside of the track there. So still, Cochran... excuse me, with Gonzalez right behind him, and then Hubbard, three-rider freight train right here battling for fifth. Here's Gonzalez trying to make the move. He's trying to get the drive down the inside, just doesn't get there. Up and over the race stack double through this long back straightaway. Everybody going to the same line. Triple out here, land in this rut, and just, I mean, don't even let off because it just holds you in. Does Gonzalez have something signed up or lined up here? 21 minutes down, only 9 minutes and 2 laps left of this moto. The second moto here, MX2 Race 2. And Valkenswaard as Gonzalez finally goes down. Has a bit of a mistake, and then Leitzel in the same corner goes down. So Daniel Mills takes full advantage of that, and he's trying to get after Jacob Hubbard here. This is for 6th. And he's going to squeak on by, just barely thread the needle there on that inside rut. He makes the move, and now he's going to try to go after Casey Cochran just ahead of him. There's still Eaglin, Lang. Oh, Nathan Prynn just went down. Nathan Prynn is down off the track here. He's in the fence. He's trying to get it righted. Let's see if he gets going. He will get going before Eaglin gets there, but he's lost the spot to Lang. And I believe this actually just flipped the overalls in the favor of Lang again. So Lang might 2 weeks in a row be in position to claim the overall win without winning a moto. Payson Johnson, I mean, he is so far out front right now. Let's see the gap, 22 minutes in. 32-second lead, Payson Johnson. Talk about trying to wrap up this victory before it's all said and done. I mean, he's going to be so far out in front, he could cruise this thing home down the stretch. But he's still throwing caution to the wind. So Johnson continues on. Tyler Lang, like I said, moved up to 2nd. Here's Prynn, Eaglin, and Cochran inside of the top 5. Jacob Hubbard is in 6th. 7th right now is Daniel Mills. Logan Leitzel trying to close up on him from 8th. Luke Sullivan back there in 9th on the 11. Keeping these guys honest as well. Here's 10th, it's Zoa Cross. 11th is now Kevin Gonzalez. 12th for Frank Jackson. 13th, Isaiah Dickerson. Definitely not the moto he was hoping for at all. Cale Braden in 14th, about to go a lap down as Payson Johnson jumps to the inside of him. So Braden having a strong ride out of the Consi. Going to pick up some points if he stays here. Back in 15th is Dylan Cavacuti. Don Plessinger is 16th, and Braden Carter has clawed his way up to 17th. So overalls are all over the place right now, and at the very least, Carter has probably solidified himself as a top 10 overall with this ride getting some more points to help his case. So let's see what Carter's able to run, and I just want to give a little bit of tabs on how far he could potentially get up. 45.6. He's going 5 seconds lap faster than Plessinger, Cavacuti, 4 seconds lap faster than Braden. Probably won't get to Dickerson, so maybe 14th is as high as he could hope unless there's some crashing involved. We'll have to see how that all shakes down, but definitely Braden Carter on the move through the field. So Logan Leitzel has actually got around Daniel Mills, but around both of them was Luke Sullivan. Luke Sullivan on the QM111. Solid ride here. Look at this different line. Everybody funneling the inside, and Leitzel even just made a big mistake. Sullivan's trying different lines, going outside, trying every smooth line possible and hoping he finds some good stick out there. It's crazy how fast those guys are going through that corner. It's insane. Sullivan now actually opening up a bit of a gap on Leitzel, so clearly he is feeling the groove right now. Jacob Hubbard up ahead of him, though. Trying to hold steady and maybe run down Casey Cochran if he can. Right now, Colby Eaglin's got Nathan Prynn in his sights, actually. So Nathan Prynn not out of the waters just yet. Trying to hold on for a podium spot. Much better second round of the GPs for Prynn. He is pretty far out of the points chase at this point just because the first round he went 3rd and then finished outside of the points. I think he was 24th in the second moto. So 3:24, 2:3 are the scores that Prynn is looking at right now if he can hold on to 3rd here. And it's a good turnaround week, but I'm sure he's kicking himself that had he had a good second moto at Matterley, he may be on the verge of actually having the red plate leaving Valkenswaard. Trying to run down Tyler Lang if he can. Nobody's catching Payson Johnson, though. Oh, Jacob Hubbard has moved up into 5th. So Casey Cochran has had an issue. I'm not sure what happened to the 266 BPC ride, but now he's actually under pressure here as Luke Sullivan's coming up from behind. So it's Luke Sullivan on the 11. See what Sullivan can do as he's trying to close in onto the back of Cochran. Look at this. Going to try inside here. Is this going to work? Oh, it is not. He explodes on landing. Just tried to land hard on that inside rut and did not work out in his favor. So Zoa Cross goes by, and then he gets a double fall off as a lapped rider hits him. So Logan Leitzel's going to pass him as well. And Daniel Mills also goes by. So just adding insult to injury, Sullivan knocking on the door for 6th, drops all the way back to 10th. Here's Gonzalez battling with Dalton Plessinger. Ripping these corners like nobody's business. It's a close battle, but nobody's throwing a wheel in there just yet, and they've actually just been lapped by Payson Johnson. So Payson Johnson has lapped everybody but the top 10. As he continues his manic charge at the front, and down goes Plessinger behind. So Braden Carter just made a move. He's up into 12th now, so like I said, I was thinking he could only get to 14th. Proving me dead wrong. He's in 12th now. He's only 2 seconds behind to get into 11th. Man, if he ends up top 10 in this moto, what a ride by Braden Carter. Salvage mode. Not a good day for him after wins the first moto, gets kicked off his team at the same time. Not the combo he was hoping for. Oh my goodness, what a save. But now he's trying to salvage a dreadful start to the second moto. I mean, he was so far down. He was 39th and well behind 38th, and now he's knocking on the door for top 10 because right in front of him is not only Kevin Gonzalez on the 3, but Luke Sullivan on the 11. And look at this, Carter down the inside of Gonzalez makes that move. And here he is on Sullivan. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, he just ripped that corner up to 10th. Oh man, I'm really curious what this lap time is going to be if he holds on. Gosh, he's riding so fast. He's only 7 seconds or so behind P9, so man, it's not even out of the question yet that he ends up 9th or so. Look at how fast he's going. I want to see this lap time so bad. If this isn't a 39, similar to Payson Johnson, then Payson Johnson's on steroids because I don't know how he ran that lap. This is a 41.8? How? Oh my god, he was ripping. And he still has Sullivan breathing down his neck, so incredibly, Sullivan stuck with him after that pass was made. But Carter now up into 10th. Amazing ride through the field to get to 10th in the first place, but I mean, it's not over yet. It's only, we're running down the time here, and Payson Johnson will get the 2-lap board next time by, so 3 to go right now for Braden Carter because he's actually behind Payson Johnson. Unless he passes Payson Johnson, then he'll have more laps. But still has some time maybe to run down Logan Leitzel perhaps. Maybe he gets up to Daniel Mills. Casey Cochran's been having some struggles late here. Zoa Cross probably too far ahead. Jacob Hubbard just went down and lost a spot to Zoa Cross. So over the Race Tech double in the back here, we got a battle brewing. This is for 6th, I believe. No, it's 5th now, actually. So these guys have moved forward. And Cross got that corner way cleaner than Hubbard. So Zoa Cross up inside of the top 5 and looking like he's not going to stop there. Nathan Prynn is now 4th, so Eaglin got around Prynn. And my goodness, he's far ahead of him. Oh, and he just was about to get Lang and got into the 107 there and just went down. So Lang goes back by. Lang was down, and Eaglin almost got around Lang. I think that actually would have flipped the overall. Because right now, Lang on a 3-2 is, I think, still going to beat the 5-1 by Johnson to win the overall. It's going to be really close on points. But I think Lang gets it by just a nose. I think he's going to be 1 point up on Johnson. Johnson will be on 41 points, I think that's how that math works. 16 and 25, 41, yeah. And then Tyler Lang should be on 20 and 22 for 42 points. So he would be the overall GP winner. Eaglin just went down again. Prynn did not get back around him, so Prynn's lost a lot of time these guys, and he's starting to struggle late here. So across, Jacob Hubbard, Daniel Mills, Braden Carter, man, he is ripping. He's in 8th. Braden Carter's 8th, and it's seriously not out of the question he gets 6th here. I mean, at this point, he's working his way back onto the GP podium with how manic this ride is. Unbelievable. 5 seconds down. Just knocked it down to 4.6 in a corner. I mean, what? And he's got back around Payson Johnson, actually, so if he can hold Johnson off and not get passed back by Johnson, Johnson's going to take, I believe, the white flag this time by. Carter will still have 2 laps to go, so long as he doesn't get passed back, and he's only 2.3 seconds down now of, I think, Leitzel. No, it's Mills just ahead of him. Oh, just cased that double, though. What is this lap about to be? I mean, the track is just destroyed, so I can understand maybe not running the same times as Payson Johnson, but I mean, this ride is insane. 43.7 on this track. I mean, the guys ahead of him, 48.6, a 54.7 for Hubbard. Probably not going to get to cross for 5th, but I mean, to get to 6th would be insane. And he's right behind these guys. I mean, Hubbard and Mills are just going into the first corner ahead of him. Doesn't have the blue bar from Johnson. He's going to get around Mills. Mills just went down, so he's up to 7th. 3.4 seconds down to 6th, and 2 laps to get it. Like I said, white flag is waving for Payson Johnson out front. We're just going to be mesmerized, though, by Braden Carter if he continues this trend. Oh, and there goes Hubbard down. Hubbard just went down, and Carter's in 6th. He has a lap and a half to go. Pretty unlikely he gets to cross in 5th, barring some falls from cross, but I mean, he's certainly not going to stop trying. He's definitely doing everything he can to not get lapped. I think that's proven to be the case here, because he is still ripping. And he has Payson Johnson only 2 seconds, I mean, like, he's right behind him. Oh, he's only 1.7 seconds down across now. He might get 5th here. Could he get 4th? No, Nathan Prince too far ahead. But man, if he could get 4th, he might win this GP. He's going to end up on the podium. And he is going to hold off Payson Johnson this lap, it looks like. So Johnson, white flag waving. He's not going to win the GP as it runs right now, but he's in a really, really good spot to end up on the podium with a 5-1 score today. And a really solid effort here in this second moto. Oh, almost got together with Cross. But Cross now not going to get a chance to go after Carter. Is coming down to take the checkered flag and win MX2 Race 2 in Valkenswaard. Payson Johnson takes the checkered flag out front. Tyler Lang is still 2nd. That should give him the overall. Eaglin 3rd, Prin 4th, and Carter is guaranteed 5th. So at this point, it doesn't matter because Cross has already crossed the line in 6th, a lap down. So Carter guaranteed 5th. He just tied Payson Johnson on points. He'll end up 3rd overall. The way the scores are going to break down, he's going to go 1-5 to the 5-1 that Johnson just put in. But unbelievable that Carter just went from 39th, and he was about 15 seconds behind 38th. And now he's probably going to finish 5th in this moto, barring an absolute, disaster from Nathan Prin ahead of him. Prin pretty much has to fall apart. Meanwhile, though, this is going to be the GP win. Tyler Lang going 3-2 this week. No victories in the motos, but he wins the Grand Prix of Valkenswaard with a 3-2 score. He seems to be pretty pumped about it, so good on him. Colby Eaglin gave it everything he had in this moto to try to give it to Lang in this one, but he just came short. And in the end, he's going to go 4-3 and miss the podium. Talk about the way things fell there. 4-3 is going to miss the box, but that was crazy. Nathan Prin, he had a GP win sitting on his lap and crashed his way back to 4th. He's going to go 2-4. And again, I think finish off the box. 1-5 beats a 2-4. Prin, 2-4, no podium in Valkenswaard. Crazy stuff. But Braden Carter brings it around one more time. Got, is that the 29, I think, just ahead of him? 29's a lap down, so he's just going to scoot on by him. I think that might be done of it. Carter whipping it. Definitely rode like an animal this race, so credit where credit's due. Carter's going to end up on the box. Over the line he goes, 5th spot. It was Cross in 6th, 7th was Leitzel, 8th Hubbard, 9th was Mills, and 10th was Sullivan. Behind that was Gonzalez, Plessinger, Cochran. Wow, Cochran drops to 13th. That's a bummer for him. Dickerson ends up 14th. He basically had Carter just walk by him. And 15th Jackson, 16th Gertz, 17th Gatland. 18th was Cale Braden, 19th Trent Adams, and 20th Bryce Whelan. Let's wait for cuts, or see if cuts change anything. Oh, Cross actually lost a spot to Leitzel. Leitzel gets 6th, and everything stayed the same ahead of that. So Payson Johnson wins the second moto, but Tyler Lang wins the overall at the MXSGP of Valkenswaard at the MX2 class. All right, we're going to send it to a quick break. We'll be back on the other side of this one, so don't go anywhere with the MX1 class coming up next. I'm Kellen Brauer here at Start Your Systems, and we'll see you guys on the other side of this break. Hello and welcome back to Valkenswaard for round 2 of the MXSGP World Championship at MX Simulator. We are in the Netherlands for the second round of the championship. Here's a look at the 250 championship standings before the race that was just ran. Tyler Lang came in over Payson Johnson with the points lead, and we just saw, of course, Tyler Lang picking up the win. But here's the 450 standings. Alexis Leclerc and Jack Haley will both share the red plate. Walter Gebhardt, Adam Holm mixed in there as well this week, so it's going to be interesting to see. Here's the surface though of the track though, 1,630 meters, just over a mile in length, and all sand all the way around the track here in this 450 division. It's going to be crazy because these guys are carrying so much speed on these 450s. So here's a lap around the racetrack though. As they come through the little switchback chicane in the first corner. Kind of work their way to the back section of the racetrack, little tagger design single here into the wave section towards the back, and there's a little kind of inside-outside option here. You could jump this, jump across. There's been guys doubling through this section, carrying so much speed. A lot of guys swing wide heading up this hill, but there's an inside option as well, and then a big step up to the top. And most guys, again, will swing wide, but there's a lot of different lines on the inside here that you can use, different inside or outside options pretty much all the way around the racetrack, and it's been getting deep in these 250 classes, so curious to see how things shape up. Under the ride365.com tunnel, and then heading back up to the top of the hill one last time. These guys are going to try to swing all the way around the outside here and then cut back to the far inside. So I'm kind of going opposite of what they did here. Outside to far inside, and then again back to the inside. In this corner, it's really going to dig out in this corner. Wall jump, and then inside-outside option. Some guys inside try to block the line. Outside is the preferred option, though, to carry speed down the straightaway. Just kind of wheel your way through to the race tech double, and then there's a triple into this corner that a lot of guys are tripling in and then taking this middle line and just carrying so much speed through this corner, just wide open, getting a good drive through this wave section back to the center of the circuit one last time. Little inside anthill, and then hit the ride365.com double jump, heading down towards the finish line jump. Big tents on both sides of the track here as they work their way kind of through the middle of the circuit. One more corner, and then down over this big pop double before the finish line jump. Guys drag racing over the finish line here in the 250 classes earlier today. Finish line table, downside this, and then you're going to have one more switchback through the first couple of corners here as they go left, go back to the right again, and then a U-turn gets them back onto the start straight, and that is one lap around Valkenswaard here in the Netherlands. So glad that you guys could be joining us here tonight. Of course, my name is Kellen Brauer, bringing you guys the action here at the MXSGP of the Netherlands. Hope you guys have enjoyed the action so far. Let's take a look at the 450 qualifying times, though, as they are up on our screen now. Jack Haley, fastest qualifier to 35.4. Alexis Leclerc also in there on a 35, as is Adam Holm and Walter Gebhardt. So times really close on this racetrack this week, and 35s are absolutely insane on this track because if it's, like I said, mile in length, 35-second lap times, or 1 minute 35-second lap times are pretty insane. Of course, what we're about to focus on, though, is everybody down here, as Jake Webb looks like he got the last spot into the show. And consolation race is going to be everyone Peter-like on back. P37 down. There's, I think, about 24 guys lined up in the consi. And they're getting ready to go. So, again, let's go ahead, jump into the server, check out the consolation race. Time to go 450 racing here in Valkenswaard. And I'm going to need to disconnect and reconnect real quick. If it lets me. There we go. Alrighty. Hope you guys again are enjoying your night. Whoop, what just happened? Kicked me out of the server. There we go. Alright, so on the gate, I think this is actually the start of the consi. It might be, yeah, it is the consi. So this is the parade laps already ran. Time to go consi racing here in the 450 class at Valkenswaard. Gate is dropped once again in the sand. And these guys are going for 4 spots and 4 laps into the first corner. Oh my goodness, so many guys just went down, but it's Nick Orbital Strike Tomasunis, that is, on the MXLocker.com machine, getting the whole shot on the 507. Caleb Hall is up here, Brett Falvey, and Robert Wilson in the transfer spots early, but there is plenty of time to warm up your arm and throw it away as Falvey just did here. He just went down. Looks like he brought Frank Raffiani and Hunter Ash with him to the ground as everybody kind of spill around both of them heading into the back. So these guys all trying to find their way through as Tomasunis up front, unscathed, just trying to get away from everybody. These consolation races are so short. You really don't have much time to have a big mistake. And Thomas Sunis doesn't want to have that mistake happen to him, so he's trying to lay claim to this one early. Robert Wilson has moved into second on the BPC number 69. Nice. Caleb Hall's in third, 53 on the Nova GFX ride, I should say. GFX. Phi isn't a letter, at least not in English. It is in Greek. Ricky Hardman, Underground RC 313, also mixed in here, so he is in a transfer spot, I believe. Yes, he is. But it's going to be Tomasunas bringing us down. 1 lap down, 3 to go, 4 men heading to the motos. Everybody else grabbing a seat. And probably not watching the stream because nobody, I feel like, loves really watching my stream if they're racing. They're too pissed off. MC Andy Williams dropping in $2.79 in chat for a donation. Thanks, buddy. Says, big fan. Keep up the good work. Hey, I'm a fan of you because you're the one out here handing out cash like it's going out of style. But I appreciate that, buddy. Always love a nice donation. Actually, should remind everybody because I forgot to in the intermission. I'll wait till the intermission to bring it up. But anyway, back to the action here. Robert Wilson trying to close up on Tomasunas here. Excuse me. Wrong pipe. Oh, man. Tomasunas definitely under attack. Oh, Wilson. A little out of shape there. Trying to recalculate a little bit. And go back after the 507 in the lead. Tomasunas through the rollers. Picks the left side, Wilson picks the right side, and it's faster. Wilson to the front. And I think even Tomasunas realizes that Wilson's probably going to have the faster pace than him, so it's better to just settle in behind him. Here is Caleb Hall, though. Nova GFX 53 running in third. And Jeff Cooper on the Hemlock number 32 is running in fourth, so he's in the final transfer spot right now. Peter Like, Jason Stubbs, Ricky Hardman, Aaron Rockefeller, all these guys would like to get in, but they've got to go through a couple people first to get there. Halfway through this consolation race, these guys going 4 laps. 36 riders have already qualified for the motos, which will be coming up here in about 5 minutes. It's these guys that are still trying to race their way in. These were qualifiers 37 on back. Peter Like was 37th fastest qualifier, and he is currently outside looking in. Oh, and he just went down. Peter Like hits the deck. So they split around him, and he is losing several positions as Jeremy Gwiazdowski, Ricky Hardman, and Aaron Rockefeller went by, as did Jason Stubbs. Oh, Cooper just went down out of 4th. Jeff Cooper was in the final transfer spot, so Stubbs is now going to get that one. He goes up into 4th. But he has Aaron Rockefeller right behind him, looking like Mike Alessi on a Yamaha out here. Ricky Hardman, Jeremy Gwiazdowski, Jeff Cooper remounted. Peter Like still not out of the fray either. Any one of these guys could jump up there and make this thing happen, but it's Jason Stubbs in the final transfer spot right now. White flag waving out front, so these guys hitting the final lap this time by. And Stubbs is just hoping to hold on to this final transfer spot for everything it's worth. Doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be efficient. 1 lap's all it's going to take. Got to keep it clean on 2 wheels and run pretty much a qualifying lap here because these guys are coming behind him. So he just opened up a nice gap on Rockefeller. Actually is kind of applying some pressure here to Caleb Hall. Wasting no time to go after the number 53 and maybe even put a buffer between himself and Rockefeller back there. Down off the top section one more time. Yeah, Rockefeller, he is close. But he's just got to have a little bit more to get to Stubbs here. Our leader is Wilson. Tomasunis in second. Caleb Hall is about 5 seconds behind Tomasunis. Then it's this three-rider battle of Hall, Stubbs, and Rockefeller. Only two of these men are going into the motos, though. Unless Tomasunis goes down ahead of him. Oh, Rockefeller got a great drive. And he scrubs the double. Oh, he's trying everything he can. He's going inside here. He's going to double single to the inside. And Stubbs, oh, he gets into him. And Rockefeller hits Stubbs. They're both down. They're both trying to get going at the same time. Rockefeller is ahead of him. As up front, Wilson takes the win. Rockefeller has got the position. If they get together, licking his chops back there is Hardman. Final corner. Oh, and Rockefeller's leaving the door wide open. Stubbs slides down the inside. Went for it and goes off the track. Rockefeller read him like a book. And he's going to get the final transfer spot because of that. Rockefeller to the motos. 1.1 seconds down was Hardman. Like Stubbs misses out. Cooper. Oh, they were so close. We'll have to wait on cuts too. Jake Webb misses out. Wait, Jake Webb, he was in 36. Not sure how he's out of qualifying. Jeremy Gwiazdowski. Zach Fisher. Brett Falvey. Steve Harris. Matt Model. Ricky Williams. Noah Napoli, Braden Castellaneta, Braden L. Battle the Bradens, who can crash the hardest in this corner. Leon Ties back here. He's not going through either. Hunter Ash. And Frank Raffiani, Trevor Schaefer, Brady White. Blake O'Brien. Not going to the motos tonight, folks. But we'll see. Man, that is... Oh, goodness. It just takes a little bit of cuts sometimes. And cuts is a system designed by the game creator Josh Vanderhoof, where if you miss too many successive timing gates, essentially, you go from one timing gate to the next. Like you go from timing gate 2 to 4, you skip gate 3, and you gain time from gate 2 to 4 in the process. You receive a penalty that's applied after the race. Most people call them cuts. And Aaron Rockefeller's hoping he gets in, and he does. Confirmed. Rockefeller going through with Hall, Tomasunis, and Wilson. Let's see, cuts. Who had cuts? 95 was the first guy to have cuts. He had half a second of cuts. It was Peter Like, so. Hardman was hoping for cuts out of his teammate, I guess. Aaron Rockefeller didn't come. Jason Stubbs going to be thoroughly disappointed with that, but he went for it. He sent it in the last corner, and it was a worthy attempt. I mean, he blew the corner in the process, but Aaron Rockefeller, really nice job there reading him and not getting taken down in the process. All right, Moto's coming up next. Again, Kellen Brauer here, bringing you guys the action in the booth. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your night. I'll clear a couple of these logs here. All right, as I was saying though, so SYS merch now available. If you're looking to pick up this t-shirt today, get this shirt right here looking sharp. If you head down to the description below this video, so I gotta pick up my controller because I dropped it like an idiot. Below this video, there, in the description, there is a link to our Teespring site. If you go to, I think it says merchandise and then a little colon and then the link. Click there. We've got men's tees, we've got women's tees, we've got tank tops, we've got hoodies, we've got coffee mugs, we've got stickers. I think we have kids tees. I think we have a onesie for babies. All over the board. If you want something with our logo on it, definitely pick it up today. Some of that money goes into my pocket, so that would be a huge help to us. And then you get to rep our stuff. Like, that's awesome. Like, people have asked for us to make merchandise, and so we did. I mean, what more can you people ask for? But more stuff coming. I have some more designs in the work. I just need to kind of get them done. But I wanted to get our original line of merch up so you guys can go check it out today. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Let's head back in game. I saw MC Andy Williams asked in chat. I don't know if you're still here. I'm sorry I missed it. But yeah, this is a live multiplayer event. So there was about 70 people that just tried to qualify into the MX1 division of the MXS World Grand Prix Championship. And only 36 pre-qualified in. Everybody else just went to a consolation race. We just watched that consolation race. They went 4 laps, and the top 4 made it in to create the 40-man field that's going to go 2 30-minute plus 2-lap motos to decide a winner here of the Dutch Grand Prix. And yes, these are real people. These are real gamers all across the world. We'll see riders tonight from France, Great Britain, the United States, Australia. Sometimes there's even riders from Lithuania or Austria or Germany or Spain or Canada or Mexico or Brazil, or like there's people all over the world that race this game. And I'll try to point out which nationality of the ones that I know. But yeah, real people going after it tonight in MX Simulator. Fun game. MX Simulator. All right, coming up next, it's going to be MX1 Race 1, 30 minutes plus 2 laps, 40 of the best 450 riders on planet Earth in this game. Set to do battle, and they're pretty damn fast, people. Sometimes I feel like I'm pretty fast at this game, and then I broadcast these races, and I remember why I stopped racing professionally. Britain Godet, I think that's how you pronounce her name, says, "Hey Kellen, do you have any tips for Supercross?" So actually, I have a lot of tips for Supercross, and I could go through several of them right now and take up other, time of the broadcast that we're actually watching. Well, I mean, we're not watching anything right now, but if you head to our playlist page, there is a playlist for MX Simulator tutorials. In fact, if you go to startyoursystems.com, there's a pretty easier way to go through and search by playlist, MX Simulator tutorials. There's a full list of tutorials that show you about scrubbing Supercross triples, how to blitz whoops, how to do on-offs, how to hit 180 corners in Supercross, how to start. Lots of different tutorials that kind of take you through the gist of really just what it takes to be okay at Supercross. It's not going to make you, the next Hunter Root or Tyson Fresquez or whatever, but it should help you improve your skill set just a little bit. So, yeah, check that out. All right, here is a lot of the guys that are going to be on the screen today for a lot of time. It's 450 Moto number 1 heading to the line. I still don't have Jack Daniels skins. Like, come on, guys. Anybody from Jack Daniels Racing, I don't care who you are, somebody put the skins in the thread, because I'm not going to go find your stinking skins. I don't know if you're still running the Supercross ones or not. But please, for the love of holy Lord, get some skins on those people. And then, of course, I download Seabold's skins and put the pack in and everything like that, and then they don't even show up in game. So I don't really know. Maybe they are running new skins that Owen just released. I have no idea. Anyway, I digress. Skins problems. People not selecting to put them in the skins thread. The final transfer spot was 4th, Mark, but we're heading to the motos, buddy. Time to go racing for 30 minutes plus 2. All right, it's time to go racing here in Valkenswaard. Hope you guys are revved up and ready to go, because this is going to be a good one. I should probably go more inside. Maybe Alexis Leclerc down the far inside on the 7. He's the points leader. Who's going to get the whole shot in Valkenswaard? Leclerc, great jump. Better jump for Haley. He's going to get to the corner first, but Leclerc tries to shut him off. He actually pushes him and almost goes down. Haley, he is going to go down in the second corner. And Alexis Leclerc, Racetech.com, whole shot award. It's Brandon Holmes right behind him in second. Caden Specs up there in third. I think I see, that's Ash Deering back there. And right behind him is Kyler Hockey. So a mix of people up here at the front. But it is the Frenchman, the crafty Frenchman that is. Alexis Leclerc with the lead, but he gets ran into from behind and goes down. Inopportune situation there as Leclerc's going to get passed by several people around the outside. Coming in next, Austin Eklund right behind him, but Leclerc has to go back to work as now leading the race, Caden Speck on the number 19 Nova GFX TTV Wicked CS. I don't know. That's probably some Twitch channel. I don't know. Anyway, he's out front. trying to establish an early lead. These first couple laps of the race are so important. Trying to get away from everybody and make sure you don't go down. Claire already up to third. We got Brandon Holmes, Austin Eklund, Kyler Hockey, Seth Garrett, Whiteley, Adam Holm, defending champions up here. Devin Davis, Jeremy Kohenauer with a good start. Robert Wilson's in the mix. Freight train of people going through the waves. Oh, look at how many people are nose to tail through this corner here. Oh my goodness, there's like 5 guys in the air at the same time as Hockey is getting passed right now by Will Whiteley. And Holm landing to the outside of both of them, trying to swoop in. Everybody's going to go one line here. Nobody choosing the anthill on the inside. And then they all swing wide so they can get a drive down the start straight. Holm, a little bit of a bobble. Devin Davis is going to swoop around him, but Holm's trying to get back down the inside. Davis shuts the door and swooping in there as well as the 15. That's Kohenauer. Holm tried to get back down the inside of Devin Davis. Didn't work. So now he has to go back to work on Davis as Hockey just got passed by Whiteley. Whiteley's trying to go after Seth Garrett up here. Got Austin Eklund, Brandon Holmes, and then Alexis Leclerc up here in third, trying to go for second on Ash Deering. And just ahead of Deering is your race leader. It's still Caden Speck. Not sure how comfortable Speck feels in this position. Haven't seen him up front all that often. But right now, holding strong. Doesn't seem to be phased. So it's Speck, Deering, Leclerc, 1, 2, 3. And Leclerc probably thinking this is going to be a walk-home win for him, but these guys would like to give him a fight for it. Scrubbing the double. Different teams here, though. Ash Deering on BPC, Leclerc on the actual Rockstar Husqvarna team, which is managed by Arminas Jasikonis, who rides for the Ice One Rockstar Energy Husqvarna team in the MXGP class. Leclerc around the outside is going to make the move, though, into second around Deering. On board with Leclerc, did a 40.8 last time by. See if he starts chunking away some time here on Caden Speck in the lead. It's already under a second. Leclerc is a bulldog in some sense. He rides very aggressively, very hard, but seems of late, especially when it comes to outdoors, he's been really, really good at picking smoother lines. Like, he's got that crafty Frenchman side of him still. .8 back, though. I'll tell you what, Speck is doing a really good job right now in the lead, because this is not an easy task to try to hold Alexis Leclerc at bay. This man has won several championships in this game. Probably won over 100 pro races at this point, splitting between EMF and some of the French Motocross Federation stuff that happens. And obviously he's won a lot of Supercross races, a couple of Supercross championships. Motocross championships. Look at this. Jumps to the inside. Does he get the pass done? No. Speck fights back. See the lap times this time by. Look at the gap they pulled on everybody. Leclerc trying to scrub again, coming to the finish line. Goes a little bit long, so he has to back out the challenge, and Speck holds on 37.7. But Caden Speck just ran a 38.6. Oh, but he makes a mistake. And instead of jumping back on and taking Leclerc down from an off track, he just lets him go by. Leclerc to the lead. So it's Leclerc from Speck. Eklund still, or has moved up to third, I should say, around Deering. So Austin Eklund into third. We got Brandon Holmes back here in fifth. Will Whiteley's up to sixth. Kyler Hockey, he's in seventh right now, trying to hold off pressure from Hunter Porch. MV Films. Porch launching into the sand and gets it to stick there. Kyler Hockey trying to fight back. See if he has an opportunity to come down the inside. He does not, just backed out of the challenge there. And coming behind these guys is Jeremy Kohenauer, trying to get into the mix. So championship-wise, not a lot of the super heavy hitters towards the front, as Sean Smith just yards at the bottom of the hill. So that allows Chase Blakely, Seth Garrett by. Here's Jack Haley. Jack Daniels Racing number 2. Dennis Fjellberg's also mixed in here on the 55. Former multi-time world champion in this game in the MX2 division. Now makes his move up into the 450 class this year. Adam Holm, the defending MXSGP world champion. As Colton Mitchell breathing down his neck, we got Sean Smith going around the outside. Reed Young, Eduardo Simos is mixed in here. I want to keep an eye on this Mitchell-Holm battle because I have a feeling these two are trying to work together to go towards the front. Not teammates anymore, but I'm not sure if there's any love lost or anything like that. I mean, they weren't teammates indoors either, but they were teammates at one point. Oh, Holm and Mitchell! Oh my goodness! Mitchell almost landed on Holm. That was kind of both of them drifting into each other. That was really close, but somehow they both stayed up. Definitely could have ended with both of them going down and losing a lot of positions, which neither of them would have really been stoked about. Jack Haley now has Seth Garrett in his crosshairs. He's trying to make the move on him. Launching up the hill. Garrett's holding strong though. Nice to see that these guys are not laying over whatsoever as they both lean into that rut and fly up to the top of the hill. Sounds like a rider's down up here perhaps. Oh my goodness, Haley got out of shape and Garrett had to go the long way because in the inside was Holmes getting, I think, maybe up from a crash. And Haley's giving Seth Garrett everything he can handle here. Great three-rider battle, and at this point, Garrett's actually opened up a bit of a gap there on Haley and closed up on Holmes. Chase Blakely's putting the pressure on the 25 of Hockey. Up and over the tabletop. To the inside and to the outside, and then back to the inside, and then back to the outside as they're just trying to choose an optimal line through the switchbacks. Look at this line out here for Blakely. Oh, and he launches. Oh, and he gets the pass done. What a move by Blakely to make the pass on Kyler Hockey. Hockey maybe unsuspecting of that move happening there, just kind of saw somebody fly out of his screen from the right side, and before you know it, he was getting passed. And you know what? He's not out of the water yet either, as Brandon Holmes on the 48 is closing up on him, trying to make the move. These guys are absolutely flying around this racetrack right now. Holmes almost got into the back of Hockey there, trying to get down to the inside, makes the pass. What a nice move there, Brandon Holmes. Clean, just got to the inside, blocked him off. Gave him no choice, and now Hockey's in danger of losing another position as Jack Haley storms around the outside. He's nearly side by side. Here comes Colton Mitchell, I believe, on the 43 getting into the mix. Haley makes the move. Hockey is just going, what in the heck just happened? I was in such a good position. I'm getting swarmed here. But Haley does make that move stick, and Haley's trying to get around Holmes, and Holmes goes down. Holmes on the outside of the track goes down, and Hockey's trying to hold off as Mitchell gives him everything he can handle. And, oh, big crash. Hockey down porch, sideways in the track, trying to get up from a crash. Gets ran into. He's still trying to get going. And down the inside there was, that's Dennis Fjellberg. So teammates here. Fjellberg trying to shut the door on his teammate Porch. He's going to get that done. Scrubs down the finish line, trying to carry speed in the next corner. Shuts the door again. So these guys have all kind of settled down. Now Haley's got the bit between his teeth on Cohenauer. Cohenauer goes down. Around goes Mitchell, around goes Holm, around goes Seth Garrett, and not quite around goes Fjellberg just yet, although he's going to try around the outside here. Launching a little bit further. then Kohenauer, and it's an MV Films pile back here. It's Fjellberg, Kohenauer, and Porch, all three on the same team. Oh, Fjellberg launching up the top of the hill there. Anyway, Colton Mitchell up here. He is going with Jack Haley. Haley and him are going to the front as fast as they possibly can, and they've caught Blakely. And let's see if they make a quick move, or maybe they entice Blakely to start pushing the pace on his envelope. Down the inside goes Mitchell to make the pass on Blakely. Let's see if he gets that to stick. Blakely trying to drag race down to the other side, but he's going to have to concede the position there. Well, maybe not. He tries to go to the inside there, kind of stacks it, and there goes Haley. So again, they just are swarming around people to go to the front. Mitchell and Haley working together to make some passes. Caden Speck has gone backwards a little bit, but still in the fight up at the front as he's battling with Will Whiteley here on the 8. Another MV Films rider up here towards the front. And look at this. Speck down the inside is going to make the move right back around him. What a move for the Nova GFX number 19 machine. Will Whiteley almost didn't see that one coming. So up front, 12 minutes in, and a little under 18 minutes and 2 laps left to go. Alexis Leclerc is already pretty much in cruise control. 13-second lead on Eklund. And Eklund is no slouch, don't get me wrong, but you'd have to believe that someone like Haley or Mitchell, Siebold, maybe even Holm, these guys, they fully believe they're in this championship hunt and would do everything they could from that second spot to try to take seconds away from Leclerc. I think Eklund pretty happy with the second spot right now, not going to lie. But Deering in third, and now Haley and, well, Mitchell was ahead of Blakely, but he just went down. So Blakely got back around him. Here comes Holm trying to get into the mix. Let's do a lap time check, actually. Let's follow Holm around to the finish line and check out the lap times from P6 up. Holy smokes, Holm just got a triple in the middle of that wave section. Flying right now. On the back door, the VPC number 21 of Chase Blakely. Look at even going inside here. Not many people taking that line, but it worked. Scrubbing this double hard and trying to get the drive. 38.6. Blakely just did his best at a 39.6, so he's definitely picking up his pace a bit. 38.2 for Haley. A 39.3 is Deering's best, but he did a 41.2 last time by. A 40-point flat, or 40.4 I should say, for Eklund in P2. He's only 5 seconds down to Leclerc, so Leclerc may have just fell, but meanwhile Leclerc is just, I mean, are you kidding me? 36 flat, 37.6 last time by, so he's got clear track, which is helping, but he is flying around this Valkenswaard circuit right now. Trying to get, oh, around a lapper. Wow, how did he save that? Got the front end taken away from him on the downhill there, and I still don't know how he just saved that. Anybody else in this game, that's a fall off right there, I think. But Haley somehow made that work right there. So here is the number 2. He's up to 4th. Adam Holm following him through. He's got around Chase Blakely. And Colton Mitchell did indeed have a fall because he's lost a lot of touch there with Haley. Don't think that just happens in one lap without a fall. Will Whiteley still trying to give chase to them. And Caden Speck, who, unfortunately for him, is going backwards. But, I mean, he's not going backwards without a fight. He has definitely got some speed to run with these guys. It's just about staying on 2 wheels in this race for him. He's definitely ripping, though. Look at the speed he just carried through that corner. Nearly alongside Whiteley. Oh, stands it up. Oh, those are brutal when you stand on the high side of that rut like there and there's nothing outside to grip off of. You just have to sit there and wait as everybody blows through it. Mach 12 on the inside. Seth Garrett is back here on the 100. He's still right ahead of Dennis Fjellberg, so these two have stayed pretty much the same since we last checked in with them. And meanwhile, Seth Garrett just went down, as did Speck. So Garrett and Speck just went down. Going through the middle was Sean Klein. And they will both remount just ahead of Brandon Holmes coming into the picture now. keep going through the field here. We got Hunter Porch back here. We've got Jeremy Cohenauer. Oh, Siebel just hit the deck. So the 50 of Reed Young goes by. The 25 of Hockey. And I think that's the 36 of Sean Smith, or the 35, I should say, of Sean Smith. Also going through, so Seabolt remounts. He's in 19th. Now on the number 39. Devin Davis. Takatoji, number 33, is in the final points paying position. He had a much better week going last week at Matterley Basin. Finishing inside of the top 10 in the second moto and 11th in the first, I believe it was. So probably not stoked on 20th right now, but at the end of the day, it is still points, while guys like Billy Kunitz, Zach Prokop, Ethan Parks, James Ohashi, Jeff Wisdom, James Armstrong, they're still trying to fight forward. So I think if you're Devin Davis, you take that and stick with it. All right, back out front, Leclerc, he is in the far back section of the track as Eklund goes through turn 1 and 2 right now. So Leclerc looks to have reopened up that gap. Not sure if Eklund fell or not, but definitely that gap was extended quite a bit. Haley's still third. He's not too far off the back of Eklund now, so he's definitely closed that gap down quite a bit. And Holm is doing everything he can to go with him. Holm is looking to have a better week in general. The first moto of the season, not really one of his strong suits. He started up towards the front and kind of started going backwards. Second moto turned it around last week at Matterley Basin. This week, pretty decent start, not the best, and so far has done nothing but work forward trying to keep tabs with the number 2 of Jack Haley. So with about 12 minutes and 2 laps left to go in this one, these guys are just trying to get as far up into maybe a podium spot as they can. Eklund would be next on their list if they can get to him. Unlikely they get to Leclerc without some falls. Oh, Haley. You know, from some angles, I swear these guys, they look like they're about to crash, and then you talk to them and they'd be like, yeah, I don't remember that. Like, I was just tunnel vision, just riding, like, yeah, I got a kick. No big deal. So Eklund's being caught, no doubt. Haley's caught this gap down to, looks like maybe 3 seconds at most. Probably less than that, though. And we got a rider sitting on the start straight. Not sure what that was exactly about. He must have just been letting Haley go. Oh, Holm down on the start straight. Weird spot to go down. Must have just got a kicker and fell off there. He's going to get up still in 4th. He's just ahead of Blakely now, though. And he's lost touch with Haley. Oh, Blakely. Big moment off the side of the track. Going to miss some timing gates there, so that'll maybe come back to haunt him if he has a close battle to the line. Right now, Sean Klein proving me all the more wrong. I had said that he would finish 10th in the second moto, or inside of the top 10 in the second moto. He asked if he'd finish top 10 in both motos. I gave him second moto, and he's 7th right now. So Sean Klein, I mean, this is a guy that literally comes off the couch to race these. He's not out there grinding every day, putting in the motos or anything like that. Some people don't do that and are still this good, but Sean Klein is legitimately not playing that often and can show up in top 10 these nationals, which is insane. So Haley got around Eklund, missed that. Let's see lap times here. Curious. 45.3, so Leclerc's had some problems last time by a 39.4 for Haley, so he just gained 6 seconds that last lap alone. Clearly it seems like it must have been traffic, because Leclerc just got ahead of a big chunk of guys. Rider down in the main line, so he has to kind of back out of it and take evasive maneuvers there. Jumping down the hill, hits that inside line just with such ease. 13 seconds though, and I'll tell you what, it's coming down. The gap is shrinking ever so slightly. I'll say that just as Leclerc probably opens it up another like full second. But 13 seconds, it's not a lot. Especially when fall-off crash can be anywhere between 8 and 12 seconds. You have one lengthy fall-off crash and you've given up the lead essentially. So Leclerc not out of the water out front. This is not as walk-home of a victory as it looked like early in the runnings. Especially now with Haley in second. He always puts in these late charges. Leclerc's still getting that triple and that rhythm there. We'll see what lap time he puts down here. Definitely second half of the lap was really good. Let's see if he gets back down into the sub 40 second. He puts in a 41.2, so actually no. Curious to see what Haley puts together here. Trying to get around, I think that's Ethan Parks perhaps. Parks, oh, drifting into Haley's line. Haley's like, where are you going, buddy? 42.8. So 42.8 is slower than that 41.2 that Leclerc just ran, and a 17-second lead for the Frenchman now. So we got Haley, Eklund. Eklund, lappers. Good gravy, there's a lot of lap traffic here. Here's Holm. Holm closing up on the back of the 17 there. The 17 just barrel rolled out. And there's about 4 lappers still between him and Eklund, but there's only like 4 seconds between them. So Holm trying to carry the speed through. Here's that Eklund. That is Eklund. Eklund just went down. And Holm moves up to third. Oh, big crash. Who was that? That was not Blakely. That was the 69 of Wilson landing on top of, who's over here in the bushes? It's the 17 machine. Again, not sure who the 17 is. It looks like it might be an ATOM rider. It's Fernando Andrade, actually, Rhino Power. So Fernando Andrade getting landed on by Robert Wilson, getting absolutely sent off the track. And avoiding all that chaos was Eklund, who gets up now behind Chase Blakely, actually, just ahead of Will Whiteley. So Whiteley giving chase to Eklund here. Oh, Blakely. I think that's 117, maybe Jeff Cooper. Not battling for position, but certainly making it look like he is. Blakely's trying to go after Holm. Gap at the lead, 13.9, so keeps fluctuating. Seems like Haley's pretty consistently going to run these 38s until he crashes. Just as I say that, Jack Haley has gone down. That will not be enough for Holm to move into second. Haley's going to get going pretty much right about now, and Holm's still just coming through this section, so Haley's over the single already. But that does open an opportunity for Holm to maybe get Haley for second before this is over. Lap traffic. And you don't realize how different the speed is between the lead group until they come to lappers. And it is insane. Of course, the lappers, some of them are definitely like slowing down purposely to try to get out of the way, but sometimes, I mean, these guys just blow by some dudes just like they're standing still. And here's Haley in a slew of them right now. Oh, I thought one of them might have just went down. That would have blocked Holm's line. As Haley heads down the long straight. Oh, another rider down. Not sure who that was. Didn't quite see a number. Oh, Speck comes across the track. He was going a lap down to Holm, and he crosses over into Holm's line. Holm goes down. He's going to get up, still ahead of Blakely, but lost a lot of ground to Haley. So just when we thought the opportunity might be there for Haley to lose second to Holm, Holm then gets a dose of lap traffic, taking him to the ground, and he will probably have to settle for third in this one. 5 minutes still to go. We'll see how it plays out. Will Whiteley has Jeremy Siebold, who's been climbing through the field trying to close up to the back of him. 39.5. He did a 36.6 is his best lap, so Siebold absolutely flying. Would love to see what he can do with a start in the next moto. Oh my goodness, how he read that lapper, and they split him. No, that was not a lapper. That was Blakely. So 3-rider battle. Blakely gets to the inside. He's trying to hold it, and he gets it back from Seabolt. Now Seabolt swings wide, and oh my, the speed. Oh my, the speed. And under Blakely. What? How did they not make contact? How did they not make contact? I will never know, but Blakely gets away unscathed. Now he's trying to size up a pass on Whiteley. All the while, there's a lapper mixed in here. I'm not sure who that is. 63 on a Yamaha. We'll have to see as the running order comes through, but he is like fighting these guys for everything it's worth. Not sure what that deal is. Oh, Blakely. Oh, he plows into Ethan Parks, and just like that, Seabolt gets a twofer because down was Whiteley. And finally, Billy Kunitz. That's Billy Kunitz getting in the way there. But Seabolt gets 2 passes done for the price of 1 because Whiteley went down. Blakely had nowhere to go, ran into Ethan Parks. So it all hit the fan there. And, man, that was crazy. Ooh, Leclerc almost threw the front door out front. 3 minutes and 2 laps left to go. Haley's still second, Holmes still third. Seabolt, I'll tell you what, he might have something to say about Holm right now being in this 3rd spot. We'll see what lap times are this time by. He's only 3 seconds back of the number 1. Scrub this double up to the finish line jump, and he lays down a 42.1 to a 54 flat, so Holm just went down. He's 30 seconds behind Haley now, when just about a lap and a half ago he was only a couple seconds behind him, so that is not what Adam Holm was hoping for. But even more so, I don't think he was hoping to see Jeremy Seabolt putting in this kind of charge late in the race. So much speed through the rollers, swing to the outside, and these guys try to land on this 3rd roller. Seabolt does, I mean, like, didn't even wiggle on landing because he just landed so perfectly. Oh, man, got a kick there. Nice job of saving it, though. Look at the speed they carry through there. I just can't believe how fast they hit these sections anymore. I could never do this stuff. Even when I was good at the game, I couldn't do this stuff. Down under 2 seconds. Up and over this little anthill here. Still under 2 seconds, but Holm, at least for right now, holding him at bay. I think that's Tomasunis nicely getting out of the way there. See if Seabolt's getting this triple line. Yes, he is, and he got it clean. Oh my goodness, he closed it up so much right there. Really curious of what this lap time is, because this is quite the lap right here by Jeremy Seabolt. .38 flat on this track. I mean, it is pretty rough. Let's put in a 38 flat. I mean, you can't knock Holm at all doing a 40 flat ahead of him. Those are both ridiculous times at this stage in the race. Seabolt trying to give it everything he can. Again, popping out of this rut to swing wide. A little bit smoother out there. Jumping to the same spot, though, and Holm has to know this one's coming. Both of them jump to the same spot at the top of the hill. Wow, lapped rider, so nice to get out of the way right there. Just jumped off to the outside of the track. Seabolt, a little kick coming down the hill there. So close. Gonna try to get a drive down the inside here, maybe? No, backs out of the challenge. Holm stays in it. Just right on his back door, though, just putting all kinds of pressure. Hoping he forces a mistake out of the 1. Does he switch his line here? No, he stays outside. Trying to carry speed into this section, and Holm looks like he got a better drive even. So Holm opens up a small gap, and he's tripling to the inside there, so he gets a little bit more drive into the corner. But Seabolt, look at the speed in the straightaway coming out of the corner. I mean, Holm did a good job to salvage what he had of a drive out of that corner. His pace is insane, though, and they both are absolutely flying around this track. Seabolt, a great drive. He's going to try to scrub. Oh, dirty, and he makes it stick. 38.3. They're bar to bar over the line. Little dualies action. Holm stays in it, though. unbelievable. And I think Holm just put in a 39, maybe even a 38, high 38 there, which is one of his best laps of the race, and he's trying to do everything he can to defend. Are they catching Haley? No, they're not. I mean, Haley staying ahead of these guys well and truly. Holm jumps long there. Better drive for Siebold. He is oh so close as he try to move down the inside here. Not quite. Up to the top of the hill once more. They are lapping a Mad Cape rider. Can't see the number. Holm gets blocked by him though, and there goes Siebold into the 3 spot. What the heck just happened? And then he gets into a lapper himself and goes down. And then that lapper crashes over him. Oh my goodness. The lappers were so good for so long and then immediately became a factor in the battle. But that's okay. Holm stays in 3rd. Siebold's going to have to drop back to 4th, and he just went down again. But look at the time they opened up on 5th. Will Whiteley is like 4 whole sections behind them now with the pace that they were just running. That was crazy. So white flag should be coming out next time by for Leclerc, although he just checked in again with the lead. I mean, he's going to put in a 21-lap race, basically doing a Supercross main event out here, no big deal. Leclerc just kind of in cruise control, though. He's got a sizable lead. Haley just now on the start straight. So Holm's going to try to hold on to 3rd. So Siebold 4th, Whiteley 5th, Austin Eklund right behind Will Whiteley. Then Colton Mitchell coming in. Yes, Trevor Center. I wish we could see his graphics too. I have no idea why. I've downloaded 4 Panini packs and I still don't see any of their skins. It's just awesome. Eklund kind of in a bit of a sandwich here, though. Will Whiteley is kind of being caught by both of these guys, but Colton Mitchell... Oh, Whiteley just went down. They tried to split him. Oh, and Eklund goes down, so there goes Mitchell back into 5th. Blakely moves up to 6th, and Sean Klein's now into 7th. So Whiteley drifts back to 8th. Eklund is now 9th, and Deering is in 10th. Reed Young 11th, and Seth Garrett is in 12th. Is Leclerc coming through right here? We'll wait and see. Yes, there he is. Okay, so yeah, Leclerc has almost lapped up to 11th. Oh, and he goes down on the last lap with the lead. You know what? This is not out of the realm of possibilities here. Haley is going to close this thing down to probably 11 seconds here. And Leclerc getting up with some lap traffic still in his way. Let's see what the gap is as Haley's about to go through the section. Leclerc just went down. It is now 12 seconds and going to drop again to... Nope, still 12 seconds. 12.4 seconds. Leclerc just trying to soothe this one to the checkered flag at this point. Uh-oh. And he's stuck on the wall jump. He just got completely blocked by a lapper, and he's trying to go around the wall jump now. As he gets back on the track, he's still behind some lap traffic. What is it? Oh my goodness, Haley is so close. Haley is within 2 seconds. And there's lap traffic still in the way. This is not over yet. As Leclerc's gotta try to get this section clean one more time. Gets through it fine. Gets over the double. Oh, is he going long? No, he lands it smooth. 1 turn to go. He's just got to stay on 2 wheels. Oh, no. Is he going to clear the double? Oh, my goodness. He almost went over the bars. Alexis Leclerc takes the win. And Haley was down anyway, so it didn't matter. But, oh, wow, that got close at the end. MX1 race 1 goes to Leclerc. Haley ends up 2nd. Adam Holm, he'll end up in 3rd. Jeremy Siebel looks like he's going to get 4th. Oh, except he just hit a lapper. That's Kohenauer. He's fine. He's got a huge gap on Mitchell. So Siebel crosses the line 4th. Mitchell just went down. Blakely goes to 5th. Sean Klein goes to 6th. And that's going to be it. Mitchell drops back to 7th because of that. So Klein's just trying to bring it home. He's trying to put some pressure on Blakely. Over the double one more time. Blakely will cross the line in 5th. Sean Klein's going to prove me wrong and get 6th in Moto 1. Nicely done. Colton Mitchell comes across 7th. Reed Young trying to hold on to 8th over Eklund. And he's going to do it. 9th goes to Eklund, though, and 10th will go to Ash Deering. 11th, Will Whiteley. And 12th, first man a lap down, Seth Garrett. 13th, Gebhardt. 14th was Porsche. 15th for Fjellberg. 16th was Kohenauer. 17th for Holmes. 18th for Davis. 19th for Prokop. And 20th for Eduardo Simos. All right, now this is the 5-minute intermission, so open it up to the chat. 122 of you guys here tonight. You have any questions about the game, about me, about you want to ask me, anything at all, I'm here to try to answer those questions. Take a look at cuts. Looks like Klein got 5th over Blakely on cuts. And Deering got 9th over Eklund on cuts. And Fjellberg got 14th over Porsche on cuts. And then Holmes dropped 2 spots. He was 17th. He finishes 19th because Davis moves to 17th, Prokop to 18th, and Simos stays at 20th. Whew! Take a deep breath, everybody. That was a race. That was interesting down the stretch there. That was could have been close coming to the flag. But we're on intermission now. 5-minute break, as it says in chat. Again, if you guys have anything you would like to ask, any topics you'd like to discuss, I'm happy to do so for the next 5 minutes, as we are just chillaxing. Danger Zone 12 wants to know, hey Kellen, how is the streams that you're going to miss because of the birth of your baby going to work? So I haven't worked it out yet. I know a lot of people have brought up KR Money. I haven't spoken to him yet, but I will. I'm definitely interested in him covering some races if he can. But at the very least, what Kohenauer and I worked out is if I can't get to a race live, and I'm not, you know, like let's say I don't pay someone to do it for me because I know some people will say no. I won't stream it live, but I'll take the demos and I'll record it at another time, maybe when my daughter's sleeping or something like that, and just put it together as one whole video another day. So I'll still get to the races eventually if they're not live. I'm going to try to make them all live. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to hopefully get a couple people to cover the streams. But as of right now, no set plan in place. We're still a couple weeks away from that, so we'll see. Do you boil your pasta in the box? No, I don't. I boil it on the stove in a pot of water. Brady White says, hey, will you still do them but record it as if they were live and upload them? Yes, exactly. That's what I was saying. Luke VT says, just got into the game recently, but damn, they are fast. Yeah, they are freaking hauling butt on this track. Matthew LePage says, hey, Kellen, do you race in real life? I do. Been racing since I was 10, which was 17 years ago now. Ugh. 27. Blech. Who made the intro video? So the intro clips are made by Fabio Guido, and then I just did an edit where I threw it together and used some, music, and I took my SYS intro and combined it with the Race Factory intro at the beginning, and then it was kind of just like a hack job. Oh, man. Let's see. Got a couple other questions in here. Daniel Cito 672 says best SX tracks for beginner. Assuming you're talking about sim, there's a lot of like Supercross Futures type of tracks. If you just look through the forums, one track that I always recommend, which is really good for learning technique, is a track called Learn SX by Stephen Barrington. It's a super long track, like long map, like it's probably a 2-minute Supercross lap time, but there's just so many different sections and so many different things you have to hit, so you just get used to so many different things in one track. So I would recommend that if you want to learn a lot in a quick amount of time. Matthew LePage wants to know what kind of bike I have. I have a 2002 CR250 that I kind of cleaned up. Here, I'll show you a picture. Why not? Everybody loves seeing the old two-smoker. What do I think about Supercross 3? That's a good game. I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun on it. I think people enjoy when I play it. Here's my two-stroke. Lovely bike. What's your thoughts on the last rounds of the AMA SX being ran at an elevated venue, says Jay Perry? I mean, it's the same for everybody. People are going to say it was an advantage for Tomac because he lives at elevation versus all these guys that live in Florida, which is sea level. And it's true, like it is an advantage to some degree, but these guys all are elite athletes. Like they should be prepared to race at elevation. I know Supercross is physically taxing. I get that, but these guys are less than a month away from needing to run 2 30-minute motos in 110-degree temperature with 90% humidity, and you're telling me they can't race at altitude? Like, seems there's more problems than that, you know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Oh well. Who's the most controversial rider in the history of sim? Anybody that's DDoSed, I would say. So, Jesse Mullins fits that bill. I would say someone who's been banned multiple times, like Gunnar Fugler, is pretty controversial, but I don't think enough people paid attention back in 2012 and 2013 when he was banned like 4 times. Anyway, let's see. Anybody else have a good question? What's my favorite track? My favorite track in this game is a track called Sorrento Hills. It's made by Checkers. It's a lot of fun. It's very hilly. Scooty Puff wants to know, it's really good, man, and adds such validity to its being a racing series. Yeah, definitely. Let's see, any other questions? Trying to get through all of them. How is everyone holding up against COVID-19? My wife and I are doing just fine, but we've been kind of like quarantined because I don't want a 9 or 8.5 month pregnant woman to get COVID, but we're doing fine. Is there any enduro races out there in MXM? Yeah, there's several. There's enduro championships ran by different organizations all the time. There's the Le Enduro Pal du 2K ran by ACF that I just did a track walk on. There's a lot of different enduro ones that you can go through and check out on the forums. Motocross Chasing the Dream by LCQ Studios looks promising. I'm hoping for some more news soon. I know that Michael Hodge and everybody over there is putting in a lot of work, so I appreciate all the effort they're putting in to make that game awesome, but, well, we'll see. All right, time for the second moto, folks. If you haven't already clicked your seatbelt in, it's time to do so because this one's going to be a barn burner. Who's going to win this second moto? Who's going to win this overall? Can anybody beat Alexis Leclerc in the deep sands of Valkenswaard? We're going to find out right now. It's moto number 2 in the Netherlands in the MX1 class. Good start for, is that Haley getting to the inside again? I don't know who just got the whole shot. It's from the middle. It was Sean Klein. Sean Klein, ever good number 40, picks up the whole shot. It is Haley in the middle. He switched his number, so he must have loaded a setup. He's on the 6th now. Walter Gebhardt comes through 3rd. We got Kohenauer in 4th. Fjellberg's up there. Leclerc, Holm. Oh, this is going to be a great race if all these guys stay on 2 wheels. So many heavy hitters towards the front. Fjellberg just absolutely got sauced on the uphill step up. As coming down the hill with the lead, 6th in the first race, leading moto number 2 at Sean Klein on the ever good number 40. Great start there for him. He's trying to pull away from everybody at the front early on as Haley gives chase. Haley obviously in a great position to claim the overall win today. He's going to swing wide, might lose a spot though. Nope. Holds it on for now. Gebhardt, much better start in this moto for him. Got Kohenauer mixed in. There's Fjellberg on the 55 jumping in. And Leclerc, I can still see him in the background. I think I saw a flash of green, so Holmes back there. As down goes Klein with the lead. He coughs it up. Jack Haley now to the front, side by side with Gebhardt. Gonna hold the position. Scrubbing over the ride through 6.5, double. Carrying speed in and out of the corner. Haley gets the power down first. So it's Haley, Gebhardt, first lap. Kohenauer moves up to 3rd. Fjellberg's right behind him in 4th. Chase Blakely's moved up to 5th with Leclerc right behind him in 6th. It's 7th for Sean Smith, 8th for Caden Speck right now, but he's going down the inside of Sean Smith to get the pass up into 7th. And Seabolt back here in 9th. Ethan Parks is 10th, so we definitely lost Adam Holm. He is back at about 15th right now. He's right behind Jay Turner and Sean Klein, who just got up from his crash out of the race lead. So that's how many positions you lose if you crash on the first lap while leading the race. He is down in 13th right now. Sean Klein trying to regroup here, going after Dylan Long. Long gives a little nudge off the track to, who are we missing in here? Who is, that's James Armstrong there on the 96. And who's down? Is that Gebhardt? No, it's Seabolt. Seabolt just went down. So that's going to cost him a couple positions there. Oh, what the heck just happened here? Fjellberg was down. Everybody split there. Holm was trying to get going. So what the heck just happened? Jay Turner went by. Brandon Holmes is through. Devin Davis has gained a spot. St. Laurent, Sean Klein. Oh, Ethan Parks almost got into the back of Dylan Long. So guess what, Dylan? I do have your skins, buddy. Are you going to front flip something for me? He probably doesn't know he's on the stream, so I don't think he will. He probably would have done it first lap, but he was in 2nd last week when he front flipped the uphill quad at Matterley Basin and then posted it on his Instagram, so that was hilarious. Let's see if he does this. Nope, just a nice little scrub over the jump. He's taking it professionally this week, folks. He is going all in, trying to score some points here in this moto, and it helps that he got a good start this one. Change for the lead. Blakely's now leading, and Leclerc is hot on his heels. So these guys went from about 6th and 7th to 1st and 2nd in a lap. So we missed a lot of chaos out front, trying to organize what was going on back through about 15th back there. But it is Blakely leading Leclerc. Battle of the Huskies that look like the same team, but they're not. One's a BPC Husky, and the other is a Rockstar Husky, as Leclerc is going to try to sneak down the inside up to the top of the hill. Didn't quite get the drive, and Blakely holds the lead for now. Blakely clearing a lot of speed up the hill. Out of the lower section of the racetrack into the back. Leclerc got a great drive through that inside rut. Let's see if he goes inside here. No, Blakely defends, actually. But Leclerc is going to get a great drive down this straightaway. Blakely scrubs nicely, gets the power back to the ground and holds the lead. And then lay it into this rut. Oh, Blakely swung a little bit wide there. Leclerc not quite able to get the triple. He's going to jump inside here. Not enough to get to the inside yet. Blakely still holds the lead. They both kind of scrub there. And Leclerc a little bit short on the double, lost some time. They're opening up a gap now, though, to the group behind them as Blakely checks in out front. Once again, onto lap 4. Leclerc still hot on his heels, and it's Gebhardt back there with Speck having another great start. He's in 4th to keep an eye on if things get frisky between our two leaders. Oh, Blakely, a little bit of a kick. Leclerc staying lower on the single. He gets a great drive through here, and last lap, he tried to go inside here. He elects to back out of it, swings wide with Blakely. They head up the hill. Step up to the top. Leclerc almost landed on him. Thought about going inside, backed out of the challenge, though. Both of them tuck inside. Leclerc got such a great drive, and again, thought about it, but backed out of the challenge. Blakely responding very well to the pressure, but he just high-centered on the rut, and Leclerc is going to the lead. Alexis Leclerc back out front, looking to go 1-1 at Valkenswaard today. And this is the right way to do it, get an early lead. So Haley just moved up into 3rd, so he's in a much better position than he was in the first moto. Caden Speck in 4th. Sean Klein, after his early fall, is back up into 5th. Gebhardt is in 6th. Adam Holm now up into 7th. Dennis Fjellberg splitting the lines there with his teammate Kohenauer, so they're going to go bar to bar, and Fjellberg's going to take that spot back as they're battling for 8th and 9th. Brandon Holmes inside of the top 10. Here's Dylan Long in 11th. Jeremy Siebold is in 12th. Ethan Parks running up here in 13th. 14th. Aaron Rockefeller out of the Consi is in a good spot here right now, as is Seth Garrett and Will Wiley, just kind of running through everybody that's still kind of right here in the mix. Dylan Copeland, Reed Young, and then Colt Mitchell's way back here, as is Jay Turner, Devin Davis. This guy's hovering around the outside of the top 20, and Deering just went down, so that's going to cost him a lot of time. Let's see if Jet Wisdom avoids him, or is he jumping in the same spot? Nope, avoids him. Oh, down 2 was Jay Turner. Didn't even realize that. So here's Leclerc, 3.7 seconds out front, and expanding that lead lap after lap. He is putting in some burners out front. Let's take a look at lap time last time by 36.9 out of Leclerc. So the man on the Rockstar Husky is flying right now. Just extended that gap almost to 5 seconds down this straightaway. Launching to flat here. Really curious with a clear racetrack now what he's able to put in. Track is probably at its most prime. Can he get back into the 35s, which is where they were qualifying? Might just be taking it easy, but I mean, 5-second gap in one lap is pretty insane, especially when you saw the pace that Blakely was running. Let's see if Leclerc just put something together that was really special this lap. Kind of cased that double a little bit, but a 35.4 out of Alexis Leclerc. Unbelievable. These are straight up qualifying laps, folks. That is pretty much the exact same lap time they ran for qualifying. Chase Blakely back here searching for answers. What did Jack Haley run? I'm kind of curious. 37 flat. So didn't lose a ton of time. But definitely lost some time to Leclerc. Sean Klein back here in 4th. Caden Speck is still 5th. Adam Holm is up to 6th. He's bringing Walter Gebhardt with him. Closest battle on the track right now inside of the top 10 is right here. See if Gebhardt has anything lined up to get around Holm. He is all over him for this position. Holm launched to the top of the hill. That's going to cost him. He has to settle into that inside line so he doesn't jump across and take Gebhardt out. So playing friendly there was Holm, but it cost him a spot. Now, does he have a response as they're trying to work up to the back of Caden Speck here? Caden Speck on the 19. Now under attack from Gebhardt. He's going to swing to the outside to try to block the line. Gebhardt's going to get a great drive. Pull alongside. Let's see if he makes a pass on the other side here. Dualies almost landed on each other, but Gebhardt does get that pass done. See, now he's going to set sail. That's going to be Haley up next. Haley is lost a couple positions because Klein got through. Blakely still not too far off the back of Leclerc, but losing time. 38.5. I mean, hard pressed to say that Blakely isn't riding well enough, which is just, I mean, the truth compared to Leclerc, but he's doing 38s every lap. Like, that is within 3 seconds of qualifying, like the top qualifying time every single lap. And I don't know, a lot of people tried to qualify for 3 days and didn't even run the laps he's running right now, and he's still just getting walked away from by Alexis Leclerc. I mean, that is insane how fast Leclerc's going. I don't know what to say more than that. Like, just doesn't even let off there. Wide open. And still 6 seconds down. Just mesmerized. I'm just sitting here watching it at this point because the pace that these guys are running at the front of the field is incredible. I'm curious to see what Blakely's lap is right here because this looks like an amazing lap. It's probably going to be another 38, which is amazing still, but the fact that Leclerc just did a 35 ahead of him, I mean, like, what the heck is going on? See, 39.6, so it's actually not even comparable to his other best laps. Leclerc did a 40.3 last time by, so maybe he had a mistake or I don't know. Probably crashed and still did that, knowing Leclerc. Sean Klein back here in third, though, is just trying to keep tabs on these guys. And again, quietly putting together a very solid moto right now. Got the whole shot, crashed on the first lap, went back to 13th. Now has worked his way back up to third. And trying to continue onwards. Maybe run down Chase Blakely. As 12 minutes in, still 18 minutes and 2 laps left to go. So these guys have time to kind of play this thing out a little bit. Jack Haley trying to regroup from a fall that he had. Got Walter Gebhardt still right behind him. Adam Holm trying to regroup as well. Caden Speck. Jeremy Seibolt's probably pretty bummed in this one because he had a good start. And any indication as to how his second moto ended, he was ripping towards the end, putting in some great laps. Right now, though, it's just another moto of catch-up for Seibolt. Dennis Fjellberg back here. He's running 9th right now. Classic Dennis style. Always on the edge of traction. And whenever he finds a jump big enough, he likes to throw some good whips. So let's stick with him here for a couple more corners and see if he gives us something to ooh and ah over. Scott Colton Mitchell right behind him, so it's even a battle we can keep an eye on. Kind of scrubbing the race tech double. Nothing too flashy, but more flash than Mitchell behind him, who just kind of did a little flick. And Fjellberg down this straight, just trying to stay low, keep that power to the ground. This is where I would think he would probably get a little fresh on this double, but no, actually he doesn't. So Fjellberg just Daytona disappointing me all the way. Getting caught by Colton Mitchell, though, fast. Got a rider down. Oh, Mitchell gives Fjellberg the boot. Fjellberg comes back on the track and says, yeah, I don't care if you punt me off the track. I'm just going to get back on right in front of you, bro. So let's see if anything materializes here, because clearly maybe some frustrations between the two of these men. Oh, there he goes down the inside. Mitchell makes the pass back. Let's see if Fjellberg goes all aggro Norway on him. Nope, losing ground. So Seavold up here with Holm, and Caden Speck about to get passed by Adam Holm, potentially. Just about to the halfway point of this race. Ooh, Holm just had a big mistake in the background. Must have had one almost go away from him there. Maybe caught a front end in the wrong spot. Got a request in chat to watch an onboard lap with Leclerc, so we'll just sit here and watch him try to work through these piles of lap traffic. Because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys pretty much within about 10 seconds in front of him. It's going to go around maybe not here. And let's just be mystified by the skills this man has. Honestly, anymore when it's watching Leclerc ride, he doesn't really look like he's going that fast. Like, you watch some other dudes and their laps look like, oh my god, they're on the limit. Leclerc is just so good that his cruise control kind of laps, I would say, are burners. And he rides a couple gears high, kind of carries more speed than everybody, and it just looks kind of more fluid and smooth. Slapper's not getting out of the way. That's Billy Kunitz, I believe. Leclerc just finally moves him out of the way. 11-second lead for him. Here's the double before the finish, and another lap is done. Lays down a 38.9. He just scrubbed the finish so hard he cased it, and working around more lap traffic there. It's still Blakely back here in second, but maybe not for long, because here comes Jack Haley, who should be number 2 in this series, but he's riding the number 6. And they're continuing to battle. Look at Haley trying an inside line. Not many people have made this work. Wow, Haley actually almost made that work. The very least did the same speed, and Blakely tucks a front wheel on corner exit, goes down. There goes Klein, and those other two were lappers. So Gebhardt would be the next behind Blakely, but he did not get by him. So, oh, and then Haley went down the next corner, I guess. Or maybe I just missed something, but Klein's still right behind him. So Haley up to second. Got a ways to go to get to Leclerc, but Leclerc is dealing with some lap traffic right now. This is nothing easy by any stretch of the imagination. Look at these guys. They're kind of not even like laying up. They're just like getting back around him, passing him, going side by side with him. Whatever it takes. He just put Eklund a lap down on the 24. He just put the 36 a lap down. I think he's lapping towards 30th right now, if I could think. Or, well, it's going across the top of our screen, so let's see. I think all these guys are actually further up than that. They might be like low 20s. Guess we'll have to wait for him to come back around, but Leclerc has got around them. And Haley's only 9.7 seconds down. He did a 36.4, and he just put in a 37.6, so Leclerc's 35.4, still fastest lap of the race. But Haley is on the move right now, folks. We got to keep an eye on that, no question about it. But before he starts closing this thing down, let's go ahead and do a top 10 rundown. And this one's brought to you by the folks at RaceFactorGaming.com. Head over there, get your season tickets, pass, whatever you want to call it, to Race Nationals. The Outdoor National Championship Pro Nationals start next Tuesday. We'll be live broadcasting it here on SYS, of course. But if you're racing AMs or any other division of racing, check it out, man. Race some Race Factor Gaming events. Always a good time. Costs a little bit of moolah, but kind of worth it in the end, at least if you enjoy your experience. Some people hate their experience and want to throw their controller across the room. But that's okay. Because at the very least, playing video games with your buddies at the end of the day, right? All right, RacerActorGaming.com bringing you this top 20 rundown. Alexis Leclerc leading on the Rockstar Husky, number 7, away from Sean Klein, who's moved up into second. The ever good number 40. Whole shot just kind of been steady Eddie inside of the top 5. He crashed away the lead early, but he's back here in second now, trying to hold off charge from Jack Haley on the Jack Daniels Racing number 6. He's back to third. He was in second, then crashed back to third while we were checking out Leclerc with the lead. Here's Chase Blakely on the number 21 BPC ride. He is in fourth. And Walter Gebhardt just went off the track in fifth. And did he get back on the track? No. Oh, three-rider battle. Let's take here. This is battle for 5, 6, 7 here. Siebold in fifth, Gebhardt in sixth, and Holm in seventh, as they are all battling amongst each other. See, well, it looks like he's actually opened up a small gap on these guys, but any moment they could come back fighting. Gebhardt looks like he's getting sized up to start doing the same. Got to get around some lap traffic here. That's the 63 again. That's Kunitz trying to stay tucked inside here. Nicely done on that maneuver. Oh, this is close. Oh, man, Siebold got a little out of shape, but just kept it on. And now Holm trying a different line, but that just doesn't work. And now Ryder down. They have to kind of split him. Gebhardt and Siebold nearly come together on landing. Trying to go around Dylan Long next on the 117. Long does a nice job to just tuck to the inside, let these guys have it. Oh, Gebhardt got a kicker. Went down. Holm goes back by. All right, so that has been settled, at least for the time being. It is going to be Siebold on the Panini Motorsports. Number 39, he is in 5th. Adam Holm on the atom.com, number 1, is in 6th. And Walter Gebhardt on, I think, the number 5 Panini Motorsports ride is in 7th. 8th right now, Colton Mitchell. I think he's number 43 for Panini Motorsports. 9th is Caden Speck, Nova GFX number 19. And 10th was Seth Garrett, but now it's Devin Davis. Devin Davis on the Takatoji number 33 moves to 10th. 11th is Dylan Copeland, Tagger Designs, number 14. Garrett just went down again. So Ethan Parks moves to 12th, I believe. Yeah, he's 12th on the SYS FAMMX Racing Machine. Here's Ash Deering in 13th on the 34 BPC ride. 14th for Seth Garrett on the BlastMX.com number 100. Will Whiteley is in 15th on the number 8 MV Films ride. 16th for Jay Turner on the 457 JIBR Skull Candy Kawasaki. 17th back here is Dennis Fjellberg on the NV Films number 55. 18th goes to Austin Eklund on the Odyssey MX number 24. 19th for Reed Young on the T Gritty number 50. And the final points paying position right now goes to Jet Wisdom on the MXLocker.com number 79. Simo's first man out. Dylan Long, who we just saw getting lapped, is in 22nd right now. He's still trying to grind that out and get into the points here. Back up front, still Leclerc. And he's got a sizable lead right now. But Haley did move back into second. He got back around Blakely. And Klein must have fell because he was second. He's back to 4th now. So Klein just cruising along in 4th. Here comes Adam Holm in 5th. Again, better week for Holm, I would say. It's not exactly the results he's hoping for, I'm sure. But last week was a bit of a up and down week for him. 11th in the first moto. He was much better the second moto, no doubt, but first moto probably not exactly what he was hoping for, especially in a title defense when you have the likes of Alexis Leclerc, Jack Haley. Those guys, they don't give up points easy. So giving up that many points at the first race of the year is not exactly what Holm was hoping for. Whew, just had to avoid Sean Klein. He just moved up into 5th, though. So Holm now will set his sights after Chase Blakely if he can. Sean Klein just trying to hold it on here late in the race. Got Jeremy Seabolt closing up on him, and Klein just jumped off the track. Here comes Seabolt now. This is a close battle. Dropping down the hill. Oh man, so much speed being carried up the hill by both of these men. Who's gonna break first? Oh, Klein thought Seabolt might have a move down the inside. Now he definitely will have a move down the inside if he chooses it, but he does not. He goes outside. Klein goes down, and Seabolt gets hung up on him. So Gebhardt will go by Klein as well. Colt Mitchell is back here. Not the ride he was hoping for in this one. Oh, and Seabolt just went down, and he just took Gebhardt with him. So Klein, who just coughed up those 2 spots, are going to get him right back as he moves back into, I think this is 6th. No, it's 5th, I'm sorry, for Klein. And Adam Holm just got around Chase Blakely, so he's up to 3rd. Jack Haley, probably too far ahead. And definitely too far ahead is Alexis Leclerc. Creeping up on 4 minutes and 2 laps left to go in this one. And Leclerc has made it look just a little bit too easy at the front of the field, I'll tell you that much. Definitely found his mojo in the second moto. Last lap in the first moto really was just kind of a bit of a fall apart moment. He had a couple lappers get in his way, things happen. Almost coughed up a win there, but redeeming himself tenfold in this second moto with a really strong effort here. And looking at probably 5 laps to go as he crosses the line this time by. Gotta be close. So it's Haley, Holm, Blakely, Gebhardt top 5. Seabolt just got up from this crash. He's gonna get passed by Mitchell. And Sean Klein is still lurking back there. He's just waiting for these guys. Any mistake they wanted to have, Sean Klein's like, don't worry, I will take that position. Oh, and then there goes Mitchell down again. And then Klein almost had a moment there in this turn. So Seabolt getting away from the group. And it's Speck back here in 9th, I believe this is. Yeah, it is, but he just went off the track. Devin Davis probably not going to get to him before he gets back on the track, but he's still in 10th. Copeland 11th. Deering 12th. Not a lot of close battles. 13th Parks. Jay Turner in 14th is probably the closest battle between him and Ethan Parks on the track right now. Everything is so spread out here late in this race. And a rider down, that was, I think that was Rockefeller, but I think he's a lap down. And Jay Turner just got around Ethan Parks, so Parks must have had a mistake there towards the top of the hill. So there is Seth Garrett, Will Whiteley, Austin Eklund back here. Not a good moto for Eklund, who was well inside of the top 10 in the first one, battling with these guys most of the time. But he's done a nice job recovering, because when we saw him, he was getting lapped pretty early. Now finds himself, he is up into, this is 17th for Eklund. He's right behind Whiteley, who just got lapped by Blakely, it looks like, I believe. 18th is Garrett, who's just off the track, so Dennis Fjellberg's going to move into 18th. And Reed Young in the final points-paying position still, just trying to hold it on there. So just about to the 29-minute mark, so next time by, maybe. It'll be close. I think Leclerc is going to clip the flag one more time before the 2-lap board comes out. So 3.5 laps to go or so for Leclerc out front. Oh, just ripping through that corner, Leclerc. So fast. So smooth, too. I want to check his lap times. He's actually going to cross the finish line with about 20 seconds or so on the clock, so it is 3 to go. 39.3 still. 21-second lead. Incredible. Well, Klein got back around Seabolt in the never-ending musical chairs at his 5th spot. And Seabolt's trying to fight back around the outside of him here. Klein tucking to the inside. That inside is, I think, the preferred option, but you get a good drive if you use this outside to your advantage, and Seabolt definitely kept things close. Oh, Seabolt alongside. Gonna elect to go inside. Klein's gonna try to swing wide and get the drive. That's gonna work out pretty even. Seabolt may have just made that pass stick, though. And he does. Klein settles in behind him. Gosh, the corner speed that they carry. It honestly reminds me of the Talladega video that I did with my friends. Like, they are going so fast through the corners, they're wide open that it just sounds like they're on an embankment. Wide open. Just, it's crazy. Gebhardt's kind of lost touch with this group just a little bit. Colton Mitchell's still back here. Devin Davis is he 10th or is he 9th now? He's up to 9th, so we lost somebody in this group. Caden Speck has dropped to 11th. Jay Turner's licking his chops. He'd like to go into that 11th spot if he could. The 457 JIBR Skull Candy Machine. Working the final couple laps here. MXSGP of the Netherlands in Valkenswaard. Oh, Speck. Got a big kick there. Oh, we got a battle. No, I'm sorry. This is Devin Davis getting out of the way of Jack Haley, who's second, lapping 9th right now. Where is Leclerc lapped up to? Good gravy. So he is here on the track, dropping down the hill right now. And 7th is the last person on the lead lap. It's Walter Gebhardt. Behind Leclerc now, Colton Mitchell has gone a lap down. Getting an update in chat that Adam Holm just ran a 35.8. Wow, Adam Holm has turned it up late here. And that is not even, wow, I thought that would be a lot faster than Haley. It's not. Haley did a 36.3. So Holmes 35.8 matched Haley's best lap at a 35.8, but still Leclerc up front did a 35.4 earlier in the race, I should say. And this should be white flag this time by for Leclerc, as Holm is trying to give it everything he can to get up to second. Gonna be happy with third, I'd have to imagine, though, after all is said and done. And indeed, white flag waving right now for Leclerc on the final lap, trying to go 1-1 and extend his points lead in the World Grand Prix Championship, the RFGP of the Netherlands. Round 2 of 10 about to be a closed chapter in this book. Whoa. Someone in the background there on the 50, I think. Oh, who is that? I know that name. Anyway, when he scrolls across the top of the screen, I'll mention he pulled back on the track in front of somebody else. Dude just yarded up. It's rolling up the windows. Ooh, Leclerc, slide out. Number 50. Reed Young, that's right. Maybe it was Ohashi that hit him. Leclerc kind of in cruise control on this last lap, though. Haley's still throwing caution to the wind, but kind of going to be a little bit too little too late here. It was close in the first moto. And Haley had a chance this second moto. He had a good start, and it kind of got spoiled. But the best man on the day looks like he's going to take the checkers in both motos. And he will indeed extend his points lead heading into next week. What lies ahead in this championship is still unknown, but what is happening right now is Leclerc has been dominant through 2 rounds. He's going to go 1-1 at Valkenswaard, and the Grand Prix of the Netherlands goes to Alexis Leclerc on the Rockstar Husky. Jack Haley again, valiant effort, tried to get it as close as possible. He'll end up on the podium overall, second on the day. Ends up 13 seconds down in the end and did a 35 of his own in this race, which is insane. These guys running qualifying laps in the middle of the moto is always just mind-boggling to me. But Holm putting Devin Davis a lap down, and Davis, I believe, is about to come home in 9th. So 3rd place just lapped 9th place, and Holm will round out the box in the race and the day with 3rd here in race 2. Blakely looks like, well, Jeremy Seabolt might still have something to say about Chase Blakely being in the mix here. Blakely trying to finish 4th. Oh, somebody just got upside down. Did he go down? He did. And Seabolt avoids him, but I think that just gave a spot to Ethan Parks. I think that was Caden Speck that just went down. Either way, it is Blakely 4th and Seabolt 5th. Sean Klein guaranteed 6th. 7th was Colton Mitchell. 8th, Gebhardt. 9th was Davis. And 10th, Jay Turner. The last couple laps, the number 457 puts it together and finishes 10th. 11th for Copeland. 12th for Eklund. 13th goes to Whiteley. 14th for Ethan Parks. And it was Speck that went down. He ends up 15th. 16th, Ash Deering bringing it down to the checkered flag. He'll cross the line, P16. Seth Garrett launching to the finish line. He'll cross the line in 17th. Simos in a drag race with Fjellberg just gets over the line, 18th. And then Cuts change it all. Fjellberg loses a spot to Race Carlin, who comes across in 20th, but ends up getting 19th on Cuts. And then everybody else. No, I'm sorry. Looks like Blakely did lose that spot to Seabolt on Cuts. Blakely had 1.93 seconds of Cuts, but again, as confirmed, Leclerc, GP winner, Valkenswaard, Dunzo. Leclerc, 1-1 on the day. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's going to do it for us here at the MXSGP of the Netherlands. Hope you guys really enjoyed that one. For myself, Kellen Brauer, and all of us here at Start Your Systems, we had a blast bringing you guys the action here tonight, of course. And then everybody at RaceFactorGaming.com, Ride365, Tagger Designs, RC Underground, MXS Lobby, Race Tech Suspension, everybody over at RaceFactorGaming.com. Huge thanks to them for putting this series on every week. And yeah, another week down. Next week, we're going to have a GP on Monday night and the first round of Nationals on Tuesday night. So you won't want to miss that. Same time, same place as we just had this GP here. Going to be fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. As for all of us here at Start Your Systems, we'll see you guys at the next round of the Grand Prix Championship next week. See you guys.